PSYCH WARD, Book 1, by Alastair Wilson. Read by Shiva Wilson. About the author. Alastair Wilson is a bastard. He always has been a bastard. Don't let anyone tell you he's not a bastard, for it is unequivocally certain that he is indeed a bastard. He is currently 33 years old, not that it matters. What does it matter to you lot anyway? What do you care? Oh, you want to know how old he is, do you? Well, now you know. I expect you'll want to know where he lives and what he's up to and such as well, don't you? Well, ladies, no, he's not married. Please send your applications to his penis on a stamped addressed envelope for his perusal. Please include nudes. Nudes! So there you go. That's about the author. Are you satisfied yet? The whole bloody book's about the author. Good God, people, you are relentless, aren't you? I don't know why I bother, honestly. PSYCH WARD, Book 1, by Alastair Wilson overall, but a lot of it is written from various different characters' perspectives, so, you know, who's it really by, eh? Eh? Prologue. Hello, dears. This is a strange book. Make no bones about it. It's weird. What can you do? I suppose you don't have to read it, but then what would be the point of all the words sitting there if you don't even bother to read them, eh? I don't know, what are you like? Thinking of jumping ship already? Lightweight. Okay, so this book is weird. It's strange, but hopefully it's fun. Good. Let it be so. Okie dokie then. That'll do for a prologue, won't it? I don't know. Do I have to say anything else? What goes into a prologue then? It's sort of the stuff before the main stuff, isn't it? I can't be asked. Oh, yeah, no, I forgot. Oh, well, without further ado, hold on. I've just thought of something, yeah. So you lot are lucky in a way because I've read this book loads of times and the words by this point have lost all meaning. But for you, they probably still have that new book feeling to them. Good for you. I wish I hadn't read it so many times, but then I had to, you know, for spelling checks and all that nonsense. It's taken me like 2 years to complete this book, you know. 2 years! Jesus, night munching, Christ the Lord Almighty. That's longer than my longest relationship so far, for goodness sakes. Well, maybe I should just shag the book instead, eh? Okay, now let's not be silly. Ah, that's a nice prologue. Very good indeed. Okay, yeah, sorry, let's go. Let's read PSYCH WARD. Best of luck. If you die, well, I can't be held responsible. It's your fault for buying the book. So far as I know, it doesn't contain any poisons or toxins, but then why are you eating a book anyway? Okay, yes, that's enough. Goodbye. Best wishes. Enjoy the book. See you on the other side of the page. Bye. Me, Ross, 30th of the 12th, 2018, sat at home in Langley on the PC. PSYCH WARD 1, Enter the Beast, by Fieros Wilson. PSYCH WARD 1, 26th of October, 2016. Task: fill this whole 400-page refill pad with PSYCH WARD material and do not destroy any of it until the 400 pages are filled, one side only. Go! PSYCH WARD 1. This story begins somewhere shrouded in the midst of time, somewhere between then and another then that came before or after, we're not quite sure. I say we. I'm not sure, so what chance do you have? Exactly. Quite. Now get on with it. Get on with reading it. I'm not sitting here writing for my health, you know. This book will be good enough for government work. Quite what work the government, if it does in fact exist. Have you ever seen the government? Makes it sound like this collection of people who are in charge of laws and pots of money that we've quite voluntarily given them is actually some giant singular beast roaming the streets, picking off people with a flick of the giant fingernail. It could well be. We just haven't been paying enough attention. Quite what work the government is going to do with my humble little book full of such revolutionary ideas as Treat people well and with kindness, compassion. The beauty and mystery of life is all around you if you give it half a chance to show itself. Be yourself, follow your dreams, passions, and benevolent causes despite all odds, failure, depression, and wretchedness notwithstanding. Quite what work the government is going to do with my humble little book, I don't know. I'm sure the government's giant, mighty, sweeping eye, it only has one eye, how else could its vision be so narrow and two-dimensional, is too busy looking for a mountain to nest on. This is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down. Literally. Actually, thinking about it, I did used to lay on my mum and dad's bed as a child and look up at the ceiling and around the room and imagine what it would be like to walk around on the ceiling. It would be weird. I feel like I've drifted, but then you don't know what this story is about anyway, so you wouldn't know, would you? Would you? Will you? Some of these nonsense thoughts will become clear as you read on. Others, many of them in fact, will stay as mysteries of nonsense. No sense, senseless, containing less sense than. Than what? Than something with more sense in it, obviously, dummy. That's just common sense. You know, people have been so preoccupied with terrorism and buying houses and having cats and emotions that they've forgotten to ask me how I am and what my life story is and how I came to be this way. Which way? Left or is it right? Left. Okay, so how did I become left? Left where? Left on society's reject heap, counting my freckles in the moon and or dawn light because I have nothing else to do. I don't count my freckles anyway. I have far more important things to do, like practicing my aim with a tea bag into the bin. Past the three-pointer line, I'll point you, motherfucker. So, this story is a shaggy dog story without any shagging of dogs. There will be shagging though. Oh yes, be prepared for the shagging. Do you like shagging, dear reader? I'll shag you if you like. I would like. Make sure you're over 18 though, and preferably feminine. Sorry, female. Sorry, effeminate. Sorry. I don't really mind. Just don't be a chihuahua. Wah, wah, wah. I just saw a girl picking her nose in public. This is not allowed, surely. I say girl, she was well in between the ages of consent and necrophilia. Good. About 20 to 30, I'd say. Maybe 24. There we go. Journal of a Madman. Are you scared yet? I am. At least I didn't kill my parents. Not yet, anyway. I could have done. I was close, but not the one. I turned around and walked back down the stairs, giggling to myself about how ridiculous a weapon the bread knife really was. And that was it. I never got around to buying the rat poison in the end, and shooting them with the old air rifle wasn't happening because I couldn't find the damn thing. Sorry if that was a bit of a shock. You can't tell whether I'm joking, can you? I'm not. I hope this book will do various things for you. Open your eyes, help you achieve spiritual enlightenment, help you embrace and no longer fear your dark side, show you how our mental health system in the UK works or did work between 2006 and 2013 at least, help you cry when you need to, help you care about others, yourself, wider social issues, nature and the planet that supports you, normalize any mental health concerns or conditions that you have, at least to some extent, make you laugh, make you wonder about what life you could have or how you could experience the life you already have with much more heart, sensitivity, and love. Bit of a tall order, really, isn't it? Well, they didn't think I was Jesus reborn and healing them for nothing. I am the 179,232nd coming. The amount of people who think they are the second coming is astonishing. They obviously can't count. Does anybody hope they have got testicular cancer just so they don't have to worriedly squeeze their balls twice a month? Especially when there are much better ways and reasons to squeeze one's balls, or anyone else's for that matter. I haven't squeezed any balls other than my own for a while, but that's another matter. No, I tell a lie. I squeezed my mate Tom's surreptitiously the other day at a party. He was drunkenly resting his crotch against my leg. What can I say? Opportunistic. Actually, I was trying to highlight to him that he was getting a little close and he should watch out, because all kinds of things can happen when you get too close. Actually, it was just my non-verbal way of saying, Tom, I'm a little uncomfortable with you resting your nuts against my leg while you talk about how many shots you've had and who with and who bought them. Actually, it just popped out. I didn't have much control over it. Okay, I'm a rapist. There, I said it. I grabbed his balls and then I raped him in the toilets. Judge. Is that true, Mr. Wilson? You are under oath. I don't know what's true anymore. Judge. Is that true, Mr. Wilson? Yes. Judge. Then you are trapped in a paradox and are obviously insane. You are hereby absolved of your criminal charges, and you will be instead put in the care of the psychiatric establishment nearest to your home address for as long as they deem fit. For as long as they deem you unfit for society. Okay, but... Judge. No buts. How can there be no buts? Everyone needs a butt. Even squirrels have a butt. Squirrel butt! You may feel like I'm deviating from the point. Well, I am a deviant, a deviation in myself, so I can be excused. It may well take me a while to get to any sense of a story being told, so for now, you will just have to look at the words on the page and wait for something better to come along. Pow! Whacked in the face with truth. A truth pow! I need a truth pow. You need a truth pow. Whack, kapow, truth pow. Power to the truth, man. Just give me some truth, said Lennon. Both the same anyway, both human, both flawed, both idiots to some extent, as we all are. This is what makes us human. We have humanity in us and inhumanity. This is what makes us human. Better recognize our inhumanities and let them go, redeem ourselves and so on, and why not? It can be done. Oh, another thing I want this book to do for you is share my unique, and of course by that token superhuman, philosophy of life. Then again, that's not really something for you unless you get some value out of it, in which case it is. It will be whatever it is, for you or not. But it will give me a chance to finally explain in full the various beliefs, methods, theories, and practices I use in this odd and beautiful life. It will be nice to finally get it all down. So that will be for me. Mine, all mine, etc., and so forth. It's probably going to help me grieve and to move on in my life too. Grieve? Move on? Grieve for what? Move on from what? You will see. I read something or heard something or watched something once. It was only a small thing. No, it was not my penis. My penis is speechless and only makes a few very similar noises in quick succession if I play my hand right. No, it was about Virginia Woolf. Good name, eh? I could be Fieros Eagle, that would be good. Not another deed poll to sign, though. I can't be asked. No, it was about Virginia Woolf and To the Lighthouse, which, by the way, I have not read, but I do own, so that counts somewhat, doesn't it? It does. I'm telling you it does. You better believe it, Shamon, motherfuckers, and so forth. Anyway, it said something along the lines of, Virginia Woolf had always had a problem with X in her mind and emotions, and she reported that, after writing To the Lighthouse, the problem mysteriously disappeared. We are to gather that the process of writing can be cathartic and healing, emotionally and psychologically healing. I can testify to that, Tetsy fly to that, testes fly to it, testifieros to it. Yes, Shazam! I may as well quit right now, for that was perfection of verbal manipulation at its finest. I'm so humble. Read it and weep, boys and or girls and or non-gender specific humans. It's hard, this whole gender and sexuality issue, isn't it? Especially if you don't want to offend anyone. Well, I don't really care that much. Being offended is likely to hurt them more than me. So why should I care? Oh, yeah, compassion and concern for others' welfare. But did you know that people actually go out of their way to be offended sometimes? Being easily offended is not actually a prerequisite for happiness, you know. But some people act as though it is. I can't be happy unless I get offended at least twice a week by something or other. I tell you what, though, being easy to offend certainly is a prerequisite for misery, anger, and general internal suffering, both for yourself while you're offended and getting all worked up about why and how unfair and cruel and nasty and evil the offender is, but also the offendee is damaging to the offender by getting all mad and recriminatory at them. People who are offended easily are generally not the most tolerant of people themselves, not the most understanding and caring of individuals. How could they be? If they were tolerant and understanding, they would be able to tolerate, even accept and honour the views, however misguided they seem, of other people, and understand that if said views are misguided or misinformed or ill-informed, then some ill information or misguidance has happened to the offender to make them so offensive. So it's not really their fault. How could they know any different? Why not listen to them? Listen to their story. Be of service rather than damning and blaming them for their idiocy. An idiot is an idiot because he's an idiot. Can you blame him for not being intelligent? You can, but it won't get you or them very far away from their idiocy. It's more likely to make them resent you and unhappy about themselves. Cut it out! I'm offended by you easily offended people. You offend me. Your ease with which you become offended offends me. Stop it! Cut it out! Cut! Next scene. Next. 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 Who's next? Next customer, please. Can I help? Who's next? Next. Next, please. Who's next? I'm next. I was here first. No, you weren't. Yes, I was. No, you weren't. Was to. Were not. And so on. Where shall I go now, dear reader? Where do you want me to go? This is like talking to a horse. Are they paying attention? You're never quite sure. I'm never quite sure. I got told once in family therapy, well, we all got told. We got told, motherfuckers, to use I statements. Statements beginning with I. I feel, I eat, I like. I think you're all a bunch of assholes and I hate your guts and I feel sick to the stomach around you. I love, I want, I need, and so on. I never quite know what to do with a semicolon. I suppose having only half a colon seems like a bad idea. It could mean you get your bowel movements done in half the time, however, which would be a start. Which would be a plus. Man, the words don't always come out right first time. Sometimes the right word is left. Left behind like an old rag doll, growing grey and green with moss, tossed aside on a landfill and covered up with potato peel that shouldn't be there because someone stuck organic waste in the old rag doll section of the bin. The bin chicanery. Do you get a sense that I've got a lot to get through? A lot on my mind? A lot to say? Or do you wonder when I'll stop fannying about and actually get to the point and tell the bloody story? Tell the bloody story, Fieros! No, I shall not. I shall tell it in my own way, revealing bits of information at a time, maybe breaking into lucid paragraphs of clear, accurate, vivid narrative from time to time. But why do it that way? You're wasting our time. We could be reading The Guardian, you know. We could be watching TV. We could be clipping our bloody toenails and trying to find an ingenious way of not finding one lodged in our hair next week because it pinged off into the depths of our pillow crevice. Will you get to the point, man? No, I shall not. But why? Because. Ah, the killer because. It defies any comeback. It defies all reasoning. It works against any quip or quibble. It shall not be denied. Why not? Because. See? Told you. Simple. Need we know more? No. Why not? Because. Oh, I get it. Because. Yeah, because. Did you know that because can actually be used as a question? A lot of therapists do it. I think they've been told that asking why all the time is annoying and puts them in the position of a professional 2 to 4-year-old. Not inclusive of 3. What happens when you're 3? No one knows. 2 is pretty happening, pretty banging, pretty bitching. 4 is alright. You know things when you're 4. Walking, talking, playing, eating, hurting mummy and daddy to get attention. All these things are old hat when you're 4. Yesterday's news, man, get with the times. You're living in the past, man. I'm 4 now. I know things. Like the word diplodocus, for example. And reverse psychology. Ha ha ha. But 3? What the hell is 3? It's one of those non-years you have to go through to get somewhere better. Like a little stinky marsh you have to tread through wearing wellies to get to the green, green, hilly grass on the other side. The marsh of 3. Not worth it. Skip over it if you can. Ditto ages 13 to 15. Not worth it. Pointless ages. God gives you all the raging sexual hormones and odd emotions, and society gives you no legal way to indulge them and no ability to deal with them. Pointless. Skip them out if you can. 16's alright. You can do things when you're 16. You may not actually do them, but you can do them. They are allowed. And that potentiality, that possibility is worth having, whether you do anything with it or not. Am I right? Ha! Am I right? Yes, Fieros, you are the supreme moral overlord, wise beyond measure, loving beyond the laws of physical reality and space-time. Of course you are right. You are God incarnate, not reincarnate, and you are omni-everything, including an omnivore. Of course you are right. It is all a matter of course, par for the course. The main course. Of course you are right. You are rightness and supreme knowledge itself. How could you be wrong? I can't. Well, exactly as we say, Supreme Overlord. Now, please, dear Lord, please, 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 can you close these brackets, get out of the parenthetical realms, and return to your magnificent point, lest we humble, mortal, insignificant beings forget where you were in your wondrous, zealous, totally satisfying, and magnanimous tale of... So they say because they have been told it sounds softer, is less irritating, and more manipulative. Round of applause for finishing a sentence and making a point of sorts. Okay, so I doubt these therapists have been told it's more manipulative. More manipulative to say because, with a questioning, leading tone, inviting explanation. Because. They really mean why. So they're playing a slightly dishonest game now. They want you to tell them why without being able to own up and be genuinely interested enough to say why. They think no one will notice that they're hiding. I don't always object to being asked why about behaviors or beliefs or emotions. It all depends on the tone and intention, genuineness, spontaneity, the emptiness of the question. Empty not in the sense of hollow and callous, but empty in the sense of being agendaless. An empty why question means the asker, the questioner, is not seeking to get some personal gain by the answer. They are not seeking to argue with the answer. Some people ask why this or that because they don't agree and want to have something solid to argue against, or because they're offended and need a few more reasons to get really offended about it all. Sometimes why is really a disguised attack, a why that also says you're an idiot, or you must be nuts to think that, or I think there's something wrong with this person, he must be a lesser being. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. Well, some people say why because they genuinely don't understand and are innocently curious about the answer. They don't need to know the answer and won't be upset if you don't tell them, but why not know? Or it'll be interesting to know, or I was just wondering, or it just popped out because I care. Remember, there's not much point in asking why if you're not prepared to listen to the answer. Listen with full attention to the answer. Listen with your full attention and an open heart. Why? Because. End of menstruation, brackets, period, close brackets. Full stop. So, thus concludes another nice little rant. Makes sense though, doesn't it? Doesn't it, boy? Whoopsh. Again, where to go from here? We're not doing chapters, they only get in the way. If I get lost, you'll get lost with me. We're all in this together, mate. And if you get lost while I'm trotting all over the page with my pen like a pig trotting his trotters about and making a mess of your hydrangeas, then don't worry, never fear. Fieros the Wonder Boy is here. I'm sure there'll be some words you can get along with quite nicely sooner or later. Fish! What do you think of that? Fish! Can you enjoy that word? Where is this going, Fieros? I don't know. How should I know? What am I? God? Well, you did say earlier. I said no such thing. Oh, yes, yes, of course. You're right, my supreme wondrous and supremely wondrously wonderful overlord. How silly and inferior of me to quarrel with your internal consistency errors. Quite. Now, bring me some lesbians, slather them in onions and honeysuckle, and let me watch them cavort a while. Of course, O fantastic one. I should probably tell some of the story now, but I don't really want to be all blah 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 about it, for we all know blah 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 very well, don't we? Don't we? Rah! Chomp! Rah! Humans. But you know what? I am telling the story. I am telling all kinds of stories. I just told you the story of some aspects of my experience with various counsellors, and my dad, and my mum, and a few girlfriends, and all 4-year-olds, including me, and let it be known, hereforth, and forthwith, and forever after, henceforthly that, and make no mistake that, and do not argue. Never argue with the and. See how I distracted you? Or attempted to? Or did it by accident? Distracted you from my pain? Or expressed my pain with humour and or madness? For this is what I do. And I don't think you're ready for my pain yet. I know I'm ready for it. It's right here waiting for you. Waiting for you to be really listening, really attending, and really safe with what I'm about to say, if I say it at all. Unfortunately, this may be irritating to the more sensitive and open-hearted of you out there. I wish you would just tell me something meaningful. Tell me how bad it was. Tell me how much it hurt. How much it still hurts. But I want you to want it. I want you to need to know so bad what this story is about, so bad that eventually you give up caring and you just read and listen and enjoy and put your mind aside and just feel what it is that I am to say to you. Feel these words in your heart, hear them in your mind, and respond attentively, empathetically, sympathetically, and just listen. So, hello mate, dear reader, welcome back to the book, Psych Ward 1. You didn't know it, but I stopped writing then. But did you stop reading? How can I know? You shall have to tell me. As long as you don't tell me how to live my life on top of that, we'll be just fine. So, how are you today? I forgot to ask. Well, you can't answer anyway. Ha! I have the floor, the space, the room, the ears, the eyes are open, and I may fill them with whatsoever I desire. What do I desire? What do you desire? Do you even know? Is what you desire worth it? I don't know. Why are you asking me? How could I know whether what you desire is worth it or not? How could I know whether what you desire is not worth it or not? Is it even worth desiring? Why not just go get it without wasting all your time sitting around reading a book that's asking you annoying questions about your desire? Didn't think of that, did you? I desire to be an alien. Not going to happen though, as far as I'm aware. I'm better off writing this book instead. What would you be better off doing instead? Have you been for enough poos today, for example? I find that if I don't do enough poos in a week, I feel a little bit worse for it, like I've missed out on something. That's why I tend to stay at clubs till the end also. You never know what madness or sexual interests you might miss out on if you go home early. I have done it a few times though, but you have to really fight and then accept that sense of loss. Do you know about loss? That's a big question. What do I know about loss? Oh, sure, if you looked at me, in that first glance you may say, sure, he looks a little scruffy about the ears, but nothing much seems wrong. Well dressed enough, could do with a haircut, maybe could do with going to the gym a bit, but nothing too offensive or fucking arrogant about his appearance. You'd probably notice my hair. If you were uncouth enough, you may enjoy calling me Ginger Bollocks or Ginger Tosser or another such pseudonym that you felt fitting. I get, "Alright, Ed Sheeran? Hey, it's Ed Sheeran. Alright, Ed? Hey, Ed? You alright? Play us a song, Ed?" Of course, of course. What else could I do? It seems that I will forever be a subject of taunting and idiocy. Luckily, I know it very well, so I am in a good position to advise all you cunts about how to treat people better. You probably shouldn't call each other cunts for one thing, but each to their own. So what do you want to know, huh, wise guy? You want to know my story, huh? You want to know the truth? You can't handle my tamales. Fuck you. Why should I tell you? Do you deserve it? Who even are you, anyway? I don't know. You come in here, you pick me up, you look discerningly at my cover, have a little judge, or not. But what else could you do? It's unavoidable. There is no recourse but to judge. What are you, the Messiah? Are your eyes purified of all their ability to pass judgment, label, and interpretation on the world at large? I doubt it. I've been giving it a try. It's bloody hard work, mate. It's sort of as if the world invites us to judge it. It seems like it's our culture, a culture of judgment. We must all fit a category, for if we don't, how can we talk about others in a derogatory way? We need our gossip and we need our stories. What about my story? I'm not sure why I care. Why should I care? Do you care? Do you care about me? This book will end up on a pile, remember that. Don't pretend it won't. This book is destined for a pile. What pile? I don't know. It could be the great reads pile. It could be the fond memories of reading pile. It could be the pile to turn to when in need. It could be the pile to donate to the charity shop. It could be the pile on top of the potato peel that should not be in the old ragdoll section of the bin. It could be in the pile about which to write reviews, glowing, scathing, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 stars notwithstanding pile. Pile! It could still be sat on the pile of books to read that you will never get around to, and these words are sat there, squeezed up against the words of the opposite page, glowing, pulsing, waiting, hoping to be read and not forgotten. Will you, will you, will you, will you, will you remember me? Don't we all want to be remembered? That's probably one reason that Hitler had such a good stab at the history books. Poor guy. Probably wasn't acknowledged as a child. Why do we care about being remembered? Eventually, no one remembers us, honey. We will all die. The earth will be swallowed by the sun. I bet no one remembers the first Neanderthal who had a go at saying something worthwhile. Was his name Jim? I can't remember. No one remembers Jim the Neanderthal who proclaimed vividly and definitely with an air of Tussaud's grace, "Meh." He had a point, you know, but did we listen? Did we fuck? And do we remember him? Do we fuck? But then, since I've gone on about Jim the Neanderthal going meh on top of some important communal rock and pointing at something important, you may well remember him. He did not exist. I made him up, and yet you will remember him. Fuck's sake, it's hard this life stuff, isn't it? Jim really did have a point, sat up there on some heebie-jeebie rock up there, surveying the scene, trawling through his inner experience of life and the many clubbings he had been a part of, and pronouncing meh to all who'd listen. Poor Jim. I would have listened, man. I miss you, Neanderthal man. Come back. I can't remember you as clearly as I'd like. Will you come back? Poor Jim the Neanderthal. He can't come back. His balls got trapped in an icy crevice, and he got frozen there, perfectly preserved for 1,000 100 million gazillion years, or maybe just a few weeks. It's all the same from the perspective of the eternity of time and death. Death is eternity. Well, could be. Anyway, Jim unfroze for a while after being frozen for a while. Yes, he did unfreeze, and he tried to walk around, but unfortunately, and to his dismay, he was too dead to do anything much, poor Jim. And we don't remember him, poor Jim. It's all so tragic, isn't it? I keep wondering whether it's the right time to introduce you to some things that actually happened, and to some people who did exist. Maybe some of them still do exist. It's hard to tell when everyone's got that zombified, somnambulistic expression in their eyes. It's hard to know whether anyone's really there behind their eyes, or if they are just bodies walking around and a bundle of thoughts and emotions moving about because they don't know what else to do and it seemed like a good idea at the time. Shall we be alive? Yeah, why not? I've got nothing else better to do. Yeah, let's reincarnate into human beings. Oh, not human beings. Yeah, why not human beings? Oh, I hate being reincarnated into a human body. Gah! They're so boring. I know, Dennis, but we have to do something. We can't sit about in the ether all day. My bottom's getting itchy and sore. Oh, fuck it. Go on then. Let's reincarnate as humans. But let's try and pick less zombified ones this time so we can have more fun. I know. Let's reincarnate into the body of a mafia overlord and, I don't know, a guy who has no arms and legs from birth. That sounds like a lot more fun than a normal 9 to 5 zombie. Cool. Sorted. Ready? Reincarnate! And we never heard any more about Dennis and his no-name friend sat up there or down there in the ether. Where is the ether anyway? Well, it's a non-place, so it's everywhere and nowhere all at once. I see. So if you lived there, you could genuinely say no place like home? I suppose so, yeah. Good. Moving on. You see, little do you know, I have been priming you for all kinds of things that are to come. You don't know it yet, but all this stuff is going to suddenly click later on like a good crime thriller whodunit novel, but with less crime and no detectives in sight. Ooh, am I ready to talk about my interactions with the police? Probably not. It all seems a bit long-winded telling actual stories. It's like, ugh, long. And then I'll have to drag up all the emotions associated with those stories and splurge them all over you like a drunk in the street who probably ate his kebab a bit too quickly, especially for your clothes' comfort. Yuck. Alcohol kebab dress. Meh. Quite right, Jim. I second that motion. Mertion. Terrible jokes. I'll make a good dad one day. If only I can find a good mum. I mean, I have a mum already and she's alright. I don't really want to offend her right now. I'll offend her later when she's ready and when she needs something solid to be offended about. You know, like I said yesterday, well, to me it was yesterday, to you it could have been 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 3 hours, 25, 28, 79 minutes ago, when you read the bit about people who get offended easily. What did you think of that bit, by the way? Was it all right? I didn't offend you by it, did I? Oh, this is nonsense. How dare he say such and such about being offended? It will not do. I am writing to the book to complain. In fact, I'm just going to write cunt in the margins next to the bits I don't agree with. Cunt. Cunt yourselves, whatever that means. So, on with the book. I'm going to stop and take a breather for a minute and look back through from the beginning to see what on earth I've been going on about and to see what I've been missing out and think about what I'm ready to share next. I'm hungover, mate. Give me a break. My clothes smell of alcohol, puke, and kebab, and my handwriting's a bit sloppy. Give me a break, man. I can't be all things to all people. Feel free to read on, but I shan't be writing, so I suggest you stop reading too. Not worth reading a blank page. Well, I'll tell you more about that later. A blank page. Do not read the above. Not worth it. Yo, yo, how's it going, reedy bastards? Feeling reedy, are we? Ready? Ready to read? Yes, sir, Mr. Fieros, sir. Excellent. Then let me continue. We were not stopping you, Mr. Fieros, sir. Shh! One voice at a time, please. Here's a point. Do you know your true voice? Do you know what you sound like when you're most comfortable, most yourself, most wise, most how you want to be, most honest, most deep, most true, most real, most loving, most fun? I don't. I have glimpses of it every now and again. I hear my voice as I speak or on recording or video, and I go, yes, that sounds like me. That voice that reminds you of who you really are. That voice that makes you realize you've been faking, or people pleasing, or hiding, or lying, or blathering, or raging too much, and that all those voices aren't really you. Not really you. The voices of judgment, of condemnation, of anger, of insult, of injustice, offense, blame, depression, despair, confusion, angst, machismo, gossip, denigration, nihilism, perhaps sarcasm even. Those voices aren't really you. Not really. Those are the voices when you're not at your best, aren't they? Those are the voices when you're scared and you don't know how else to speak, or you're in pain and it just pops out at someone else, or you've been speaking that way so long you've forgotten how to speak any other way. You've forgotten how to speak and be any other way. As a writer, a singer, a comedian of sorts, and a conversationator in daily life, and a spiritual realizationator too, my voice is very important to me, and has been since I was about 15 to 16 years old. Where to go now? I feel that telling you all about my voice and why it is important to me will just be too long-winded for me to cope with. There are so many things to say, so little emotion to animate it all with. I am running on empty. I am hungover, as I say, so I can be excused, but I would like to go a bit deeper. I just don't know if I can trust you yet. I was hoping to just bamboozle you, get in and out without having to show my true vulnerable core. But the thing is, my true vulnerable core is the source of all my brilliance, my empathy, my compassion and concern for others, as well as where the best music comes from. But I fear that if I touch it, I will be swallowed up by it. I might sort of merge with God and never be the same again. I would have to lose a big part of myself to find an even bigger part of myself. I remember looking in a mirror in a cafe in New York. I can't remember where exactly. I only stayed a few places: Brooklyn, Harlem, the financial district, then Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and New Orleans also. But that time is a bit blurry to me. I see scenes, I feel they are very important. I am so glad they happened. I would be so lost and sad if they had not. Yet in which order these scenes and journeys took place, I can't quite recall. And that is sad enough in itself. It's such a loss to have had such an adventure and for most of it to have faded only 10 years or so on. I can't even really tell you how old I was, not off the top of my head. I'd have to calculate it looking at the dates. 2007 or 2006? I couldn't tell you, not from memory, which is a shame, isn't it? I blame my parents, I really do. I blame them for a lot of things, but I can't really blame them, even though I do. I blame them because when I came back from New York, they didn't want to know anything about the trip. They knew I was insane, and they just really wanted to keep me under wraps. They didn't want to hear about my adventures. I guess they didn't want to be reminded of the trauma and the stress they went through while I was over there. I am not going to explain it all now, dear reader. I'm sorry. Well, I'm not that sorry. Not sorry enough to explain what I meant about all that above. But I would like to finish off the little bit about me looking in the mirror in the cafe, if you'll permit me. I'm sure you will. If you don't, I'm going to fucking write it anyway. So toss to you! Toss fuck face bitch cunt wanky wangle wank nosed knob stain. Absolutely. Sorry, forgive my fits of rage and cursing. I still have a lot to work through, as you can probably tell. You're probably a normal person reading this. That's a shame. I pity you. You probably wouldn't know your authentic self, your higher purpose, your true calling, your deepest passion, your inner child, and what it is like to merge with Godhead if it came up and went, rah, stop being normal, and then bit you. In the squirrel butt, of course. Of course! Oh dear, I've descended or ascended into madness again. I'm sorry, it really is unavoidable. I find it preferable to live there, for to descend or ascend into my core of truth means touching the pain. It's much easier to just float around on the surface of life and say things that don't mean much and do things to that effect too. Much easier. You mean feel all the pain of the world? Feel how existentially disconnected we all are? Feel that hollow in the heart of every man and woman that they are desperately trying to fill by searching inside other hollows in other hearts? No, not right now. But then it's never right now with me. I'll get to the real stuff later. I'll grieve about my lost childhood later. Again, I blame my parents. I was born into a culture of denial, especially denial of emotions, but also denial of the inner landscape of a person generally. Did you know there is an inner landscape inside you? My mum wouldn't understand the question. I asked her once. We will get to the mirror scene sometime, later probably, I promise. Feels a bit flimsy now, that promise, doesn't it? She said, I don't understand the question. See, I told you so. She didn't understand the question. Do you understand the question? Another way to put it would be, what's going on inside you just now? Here are some other variations and subcategories to play with. How are you feeling today? What emotions are you aware of inside you at the moment? How do you feel about the atmosphere in the surroundings where you are? What's the most pressing subject in your thoughts at the moment? How does your body feel? Tired, achy, energized, relaxed? Have you had any dreams lately that you can recall? What's your most hoped for event or thing coming up? Do you remember your past? What about your childhood? Where do your goals come from? What are your values? What principles, if any, do you believe in? What still plays on your mind even though you wish it wouldn't? And on and on. This is the inner world I'm on about. It is the realm of thoughts, feelings, interpretations, imaginings, dreams, ideas, the future, the past, loves, hates, bodily sensation, and all manner of things that do not exist in, nor can be found in, the external world. Which is why it's silly to expect to find happiness in the external world, considering it's an internal experience, if it is in fact an experience at all. Ha! Why not look inside your mind and heart for your happiness? There's probably some already in there, lying around and sunning itself on some rock or other, where I'm sure someone else, maybe a hairy man, used to stand and pronounce something that I can't quite remember. Poor guy? What was his name again? Why do we care? We've moved on now. No one remembers. What's his name again? Jim. Yes, Jim the Neanderthal. Yes, he used to stand on this rock where my happiness is now lying around sunning itself. I knew it. I am so glad. I found some happiness inside me, and I remember Jim the Neanderthal. Poor Jim, though. He's dead now, and now I'm sad. This is the inner world. It is there, and it is not to be feared nor derided. Fearing, squashing, denying, deriding, pretending the inner world doesn't exist are all excellent ways to make yourself and others miserable. Don't do it! This is what my parents did. When I came back from America, they swept it all under the carpet. They'd prefer to forget Jim the Neanderthal man than to hear what he had to say. Meh! Oh, do be quiet, Jim. We don't want to hear about it. That's quite enough of that. Number one, We hold the power in the family. It goes like this. Dad, peck. Mum, peck. Fieros, peck. Jordan, peck/hug, cat. That is the order of pecking, and the pecking only goes down the chain. It may not travel up. Now, stop trying to tell us how amazing your time was and what you learned and all the mystical insights and revelations you had. We are not interested, and who let this Neanderthal in here anyway? Call the police! Oh, good God! Breathe, 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 breathe. Don't expect me to come back to that bit sensibly again, by the way. As my stories were glossed over, so that last piece of writing will be glossed over, suppressed and forgotten. I have no other way. Part of the reason I can't get everything I want to say down on the page in a sensible order all in one go, or even any number of goes, is because there is just too much to say. Imagine the average person. I don't really know of any, but I'll just make some sweeping statements that will all be forgotten when I'm dead, so it won't matter that much anyway. Imagine the average person. He looks in the mirror and he counts up the meaningful, formative, traumatic, important, worthwhile, damaging, and incredible experiences he's had in his 30 years of life. I don't know how many he's got, maybe 50 to 60, maybe 100 at a push. Well, I feel like I've got about 500 to 600 important, formative, impactful, blah, 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 life experiences to count up and make sense of and learn from and share and let go of and perhaps even teach something to others by. As you might expect, it's all a bit jumbled in there. Experiences are all crammed inside my heart, clamoring for attention and space and needing to be released, or at least to grow a bit smaller. It's like having eaten 3 full meals of baked beans for a whole week and now your guts are bursting because you just can't fart out all the gas quick enough. Then add on top of that the fact that you are still eating baked beans regularly, maybe only once a day now, so the farting problem is going to take some time to fart its way out. Same with experiences. Lots have been had, lots need to come to terms with, lots need to be grieved, shared, expressed, vented out into the universe, yet more experiences keep coming. Someone keeps ordering me baked beans. It's just one damn thing after another with this life. I'm sure you know exactly what I mean. So it's coming to time for me to close down this session. How do you feel now? Are you okay? Do you need a rest? I do. My heart has been farting for a while now and my wrist hurts. They're not necessarily linked, wink wink. So yeah, I'm gonna close down for the night. I hope you've had a good time here today. Oh yeah, I'll just tell you about the mirror quickly. Oh, now I've mythologized it so much that it could be a letdown. Oh well, I'm sure-ish that you can handle a few minor disappointments in life, and if you can't, poor you, get some therapy. It'll do you the world of good. The mirror in the cafe. This relates to the true voice. So I was writing in a cafe in America. I had a pad and a pen, maybe even a reading book, and for whatever reason I decided to look at the mirror that was hung on the wall to the right of my table and chair. It may well have just been a piece of glass protecting a painting that I saw my reflection in, but I feel like it was a mirror. I looked into this mirror and I saw myself. And I spoke to myself inside my head, but it was a voice I'd never heard before. It was caring, loving, sweet, innocent. It felt like the voice of God, or how God might sound in his or her most caring aspect. But also it was clear to me that it was not God at all. It was my true self, my higher self. I knew it. I could feel it. I sat there and talked to that mirror in my head for about half an hour. And I cried too, because my higher self, my God self, said he had missed me. And where have you been? You haven't been paying attention to me. I've been waiting for you. I have missed you. I love you, you silly thing. Where have you been? I love you. And I knew he was right. I knew I had been lost and out of love, not knowing who I was. Drifting, lonely, being bounced around by life and people and my family and mental health professionals and the callous, unknowing, unfeeling, uncaring public. And I knew that, although I was still lost and miles away from anyone I knew, any world I understood, any senses I recognized, I was loved, and my higher self was with me to take care of me. Poor guy, poor little Fieros, lost and lonely, judged by the world as insane with only himself, a mirror, and his higher self to talk to. Poor little wandering minstrel hippie, trying to understand his thoughts, scared and entranced by mystery in equal measure. And here is his higher self come to take care of him, and love him, and be there for him. I loved that mirror. It was also an awesome experience because it was so moving and deep, and I could really feel and sense some magical, silvery, ineffable, supreme spiritual power behind that voice and that face in the mirror. It blew me away, and I was so happy to hear my true self again. It was like drinking from a fresh, pure, pristine mountain stream. Even though I never have, I imagine it would be quite refreshing. Ah, lovely. Time to put my pen down soon. Thank you for reading that. I look forward to you reading a little more. I hope you and I find our true selves in the mirror in the meantime. Peace out. Shake it all about, mates. Bye. Need a smoke, and some water, and a poo, maybe, and a shag, maybe. Night. Alright. What happens if I write another book after this one? It will be shit, won't it? May as well not bother. Quit while you're ahead, my dad always said. Well, I've never been ahead, so I suppose that's why I've never quit. That's it. I quit. I'm done with you and your shit. Fuck you all and you. Fuck you too, mate. I'm not staying here 1 second longer. Fuck you all. You can't fire me. I quit. You can't Fieros him. He quit. I have quit so many jobs it's unreal. Well, it is actually real, but you know what's coming, don't you? But what is real anyway? Are we all really effervescent foreskins, or fiveskins, or sixskins, or catskins floating in a dream of ice cream, lippy, hippie numbness? Could be. But yes, I did quit. I quit! I quit, damn you! You can't make me stay! I'm out of here, you fuckers! Fuck you! What kind of boss are you anyway? You're scum! You piece of shit! I could eat you, you know. I am a cannibal! Ha 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 ha! Fresh chicken skins! Oh ha 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 ha! Security? Yeah, we have a madman on the loose. He was one of our employees, but he came to work wearing only socks and a bowler hat today, so we had to fire him for gross, very gross and smelly misconduct. Shriveled also. Yeah, can you come and get him, please? He's barricaded himself in the stop cupboard and is raging and raving at an audience of staplers, and he's on about them being his boss and he'd like to eat them. About 5 minutes? Okay. We'll try to keep him calm and contained in the meantime. Oh, I suggest you bring gloves. He has been secreting over the file cabinet and himself. It's not pretty. Cool, thanks, appreciate that. Cheers. Doo. I miss my first girlfriend, man. She was cute. We were good together. We used to pretend to hang up on each other and we'd make that noise as detailed above. Doo. It was cute. I can't wait to be with her in the afterlife. I didn't kill and or eat her or anything. No, I wish. Ha! No! I just lost contact with her. Cool, that was unsettling, wasn't it? Again, you're not sure whether I'm joking or not sometimes, are you? I'm not. I'm not gay! How would you know? Were you taunted at primary school? I should probably address how you are feeling about all that unsettling stuff above. I understand that even though they are just words on a page, sometimes imagery itself, because it is so close to you, as in when your mind creates its own imagery, it's very close to you. I mean, a screen can be close or far away, big or small, and you can turn it off or pause it at will. But your mind's imagery is just a bit closer, isn't it? So I'm aware that something unsettling in my writing could actually unsettle you in yourself, for which I am sorry. But you remember me going on about your dark side? You do have one. Let's tackle it bit by bit, though. Give it its voice and space and let it have its say. Let off some steam, Bennett. Gordon Bennett, Bennett. That's why we like to watch horror movies, gore, psychological thrillers, and high brutality action films. Because because it gives our dark side a chance to express itself vicariously by proxy. If we watch other people punching, kicking, shooting, tearing the limbs off others, it means we don't have to shout at our wives and kids as much. It's a vicarious venting of our own destructive tendencies. At least it feels that way. However, in my opinion, the violence inside us never gets fully satisfied or dissipated by these films, because actually, the feeling we need to feel in order to relieve violence fully is grief. No one grieves in violent films, and as an audience, we are not invited to grieve for the loss of characters who die therein. This is a shame, because actually, all violent films do is perpetuate and give voice to the dark side, the shadow, the primitive, savage man. I'm sure Jim was sort of saying, "Let us not club our brothers and sisters for their meat. Let us clubbeth mammoth and tiger saber-toothen only henceforth," when he stood up there on his proverbial rock, hair ablaze with spiritual revelation and actual fire too. It was the beginning of the Flint and Burnie, sparky, fiery age of Fieros after all. Sorry, I got distracted. Something about violence? Oh, you get the point. Don't kill each other and so on. Oh, yes, I know. Grief helps us to realize the consequences of violence. Seeing the consequences and the true, wider spread pain that violence causes helps us to grieve for humanity's idiocy. And I believe it begins to foster the spirit of empathy and non-violence in us. How can we continue to wish to perpetrate violence when we know how much it hurts us, and we have seen how it has hurt others, and we want no one else to ever go through that pain? We must kill all violent people and cleanse them from the planet. All gun owners should be shot. And so forth. May the fourth be inside you. Right, where was I? What do you want to know now? Again, very demanding you are, aren't you? As soon as you've read some words, you want to read more, more, more. Very Moorish, these words, aren't they? Always wanting more. Words beget words, don't they? Stories beget stories. If I tell you a story about Jim, I can tell you, or myself, or someone else, or the Queen even, schedules permitting, of course. I could tell you all about the time I told you here a story, and that would be a new story. Endless, endless stories. I don't know if I can go on, but I'm here till the end, till closing time, which is, of course, 7 p.m. What can we get done by close of play today? Do you get a sense that some of the things I say are metaphorical and could well have multiple meanings? Well, are you well? Are you well? Are you weller than before? Are you weller than Weller? Are you weller than Paul? Do you care? Have you kept up with the Joneses? It's quite hard to keep up with everyone, isn't it? I need this thing because they have that thing, so I need it too. If I don't, I won't fit in, fit out, fit it all about, I say. What is it all about anyway? Does anyone really know? Not really. What annoys me is when people go clucking and flapping about and beating their chests like they know, like they are 4 years old again and they know things now, because they have a job and a car and a mortgage and a cat and a set of mousetraps and a set of salad tongs, and now they know what life is. what it's all about. So that's reason enough to start clucking and flapping and beating their chests with superiority and supreme self-confident arrogance that this is life. I know life now. I am life. Do you contest me? And then someone dies. Someone dies. Someone died. Someone has died. And now what is life? I can't cluck my chest about this. This is life now. Life is death and standing around a coffin and saying goodbyes and trying not to weep and not to feel. Never feel. Do not feel, for it is not allowed. We shall not feel, for feelings are not real. They do not exist. But now this person does not exist, and they used to stand so firm and true. I used to like and love the way they beat their chest and fucked about with the office chairs and the office manager herself, and now they're gone. What is there to do? We cannot revive. There will be no revival. They are gone, and now there is just an empty chair sitting there at the dinner table. And we must cry at some point, but I don't want anyone to see my tears. That is one of my most feared fears, that they will see my tears upon my cheek and they will know I've failed. I'm weak. I am weak to the knees with sobbing, and my heart is aching, throbbing. How could they be lost? How can they be gone? And why, O Lord? Why them and not me? Me! Take me! Okay, I'm done. I can't go on. I quit. That's it. I'm out of here. I've got to go. I've got to cast out into the wild air of the morning. Done, done, done. Done in by grief. It's over, man. But it will come again, this grief. But in a way I do feel some relief each time it comes. I cry it out, and it's all right. Death brings meaning to life. When I realize what it is I've lost, I know what I still have, and what is left is seen in sharper, keen relief. Relief, relief. Grieving is relieving. Reliving the past, cherishing and letting go. We will all be let go eventually. Job done. Task complete. Mission over. Next. Next, please. Next life, please. Off into the ether for a bit to decide what to do. What to do? What to do? Next? Take a break, man. Reread that last bit if you wish. I'm only going to write some dross for a while now to chew the fat while we grieve for someone, anyone we never knew. Dross, dross, go back, dross, go back, dross, go back and read dross, 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 filler, go back, filler, and read the dross, dross, go back and read that dross again, dross, that bit, dross, go back and dross, filler, read that bit again, dross, suppression, loss, dross, loss, filler, dross, loss, loss, read that bit again, loss, 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 os, fieros, loss, full stop. How about a chapter? Yeah, sure, here we go. Chapter. There you go. Are you happy now? Will you ever be happy? Will you ever be happy with me, with yourself? I am here for you, man. Right here inside you. Cool, that's a bit tight. Can you pass the lube? That's better. Thanks. Oh, baby, I'm right here for you. I'm right here for you. Inside you? That's all a bit vulgar, isn't it? Let's sweep that paragraph under the carpet. Tuck our knobs back into our trousers and tuck our fannies back inside our creviced panties. Yeah, let's do that. Good plan, Stan, man, woman, Stanley, Manley, Langley. That's where I live, you know. I'm running out of steam, Bennett. I'm calming down, descending down. I'm going to start talking sense soon with no bravado, no machismo, no comedic flavouring to spice it up. What will I do then? Is it possible to write from that true voice? But then perhaps all this comedic banter and a million segues and concertinas all about words and themes and a quick succession of digressions is all part of that one voice. But then maybe it's just codependent, and I'm only making a show because I still don't feel safe with you, reader. I don't feel safe with myself yet, dear reader. That pain is there at the core, and I'm twirling round it like an eagle, fieros eagle, occasionally swooping down from a circling height, buffeted by thoughts, down for a peck at the buffet of mice emotions. Maybe a lizard one day too. Hopefully. We live in hope. Dive! Oh, plunge into the soul. What's there? Ouch, my beak! That rabbit was not the healthy feast I thought it was. It was not a beast, just a rabbit-shaped stone. No emotion here today. I am empty. What more to say? Again, I feel a story bubbling up. Maybe I should tell you something meaningful again, but I'd have to put aside all the jokes and randomness and feel some pain again. I don't really like pain. No one does, unless they're sadistic or masochistic or whatever the right or left word is. I'm getting bored of the surface, but I don't really want to dive either. Do I have to? I don't want to. I need to, but what to talk about? I'm running out of neuroses to explain and cover, hide the truth behind. The truth is, I don't know the truth. I don't know what it all means, and I am stumped, stumpy, baldy, bald eagle. Nope, no more jokes, nothing's coming. It's like a gradual petering out. Fut, 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 click, doo. Flat line, flatulence line. Nope, it's calling me to go deeper, but I just hung up. I can't hang out up here forever. I will have to dive sooner or later, just as I will have to die sooner or later. One of my fears is getting to my deathbed and going, I'm not ready yet. Give me a few years more. I still want things. I still love people. I don't want to go yet. I will miss this life. I want to stay here a little longer. I will miss you all. Please, not yet, dear Reaper. Not yet, dear Reaper. Can I have one more glass of wine? Read one more trashy magazine? Sip one more cup of tea? I have too many last words. Please, just a few minutes more. I don't mind the pain. Just give me more life. I'll have the pain if I can have the life. Curse you, vile universe. I want to live forever. I like this life. How dare you threaten me, lying here infirm with death? I curse you, death. You shall not be allowed. I refuse. I shall not bow to you. How dare you? I can't believe the cheek, to be honest with you. Oh, well, nothing much I can do, eh? Turn off the light, please, nurse, and hopefully I'll see you in the morning. Blessings be upon you. See you soon. Maybe death is actually the portal into eternal life. If, mind, I'm saying if when we die our consciousness merges with the consciousness of the entire universe, and reincarnation is a load of balls, which it may or may not well be, then maybe in a sense, when we die, we do live forever, and we live forever as the whole universe. That doesn't seem too bad after all. After all, I could choose to take a stint as a star, then pull out to afar and be the whole galaxy for a while. Then I could think, right, had enough of being big, what about being small? I know, I'll just be a snail or an amoeba. Alright, I'll be a snail first, then an amoeba, then a fox, then bugger that, I'll be not a bee, I'm done with animals. I know, I'll be a planet. That won't be so bad, nice and restful. I know, I'll be Mars. Ooh, maybe I'll be Mercury. Ooh, bloody hell, too hot. I know, I'll be the sun. Ha ha ha! Punishing Mercury for getting too close. For all kinds of things can happen when you get too close. Well, I may as well push on even though I've got nothing more to write. There really isn't a story there inside me today. It has all upped and gone away. I did have gay sex once or twice though, but that doesn't count. Okay, I admit it. I had gay sex for 2 years in a committed, not necessarily loving, relationship with a man. But that's old hat now. I'm 30 now. I know things. Quite what I know, I don't know. It's actually not better to know the story than to know the storyless state. The state that sits behind the story. The space that allows the story to form and have its say and its little dance and play. Let it have its say anyway. We were so close, weren't we? We were so close just then. We were so close to hearing something real. Did you feel it? Was it palpable for you? Could you reach out and touch it? Feel it in your chest? Anxiety. I used to have anxiety. It was a frightful bore. I don't know where it came from, actually. It just used to rise up when I was at home in my room. I'm a bit afraid of it coming back, if I'm honest with you, which I may or may not well be. I feel pretty well, so that's all right, isn't it? I used to feel unwell. Then I felt really well. Depression, a low, then manic, mania. High and low mood swings, they called it. Erratic behaviour, too. Erratic, disinhibited behaviour, they called it. I just wanted to be called a human being, damn it. I'm a human being, damn it. I'm a human being. And you will not cease from labelling me. Will you? Will you? Will you please, dear God, dear reader, please, dear God, dear human being reader, please desist. Desist from labelling me and label nothing, no one, never more again, for nevermore, nevermore, quoth the graven, slaven, raven slave. Let the evil begin. I've just got here and it's 2:15 p.m. I woke up about an hour ago. What can you do? Less than me, I'm sure. I'm going to read the whole book so far in order to pick up where I left off in my cheese board of consciousness. Expect the unexpected. Wear 3 pairs of underpants at once in winter. Do it! You know it makes sense. Who am I again? Oh yes, Fieros the Barbarian. Nice to meet you. Right, I'm off to read. Where will you go? You're fucked, mate. Fucked in the eye. Fucker in the rye. Flucker in the schmy. And so on and soul force. And so on and soul force. Imagine that at the beginning of the day you wake up with X amount of emotional energy credits. Everything you say, think, feel, do, watch, write, etc. expends a certain amount of these energy credits. Some expend very little, some expend a lot. The actions that expend little feel effortless and energizing, so that feels good. But of course they are still draining you, because why else would you go back to sleep? Indeed. Need I say more? I just read the whole book so far. I wish you wouldn't demand that I make sense, that threads tie together. I can barely make ends meet, so please do not demand nor desire of me to tie these ends together. And then where would the fun and learning and computing be for you? If I fed it all to you in a nice, easy to digest linear narrative, what would you have to do? Nothing. Just gaze somnambulistically at a page, a sleeping, waking daze. Well, this book is here to wake you up. Blink, cunt chops, onion barbarians. Blink, cockfest. Blink, under the sink. Blink and you'll miss a beat. Blink, retake, take 7. I'm in heaven now. Shed 7. Word association. Pubes. Go. Try to play word association with a friend and try to avoid the word getting back to pubes. Try to dance around pubes. Have it as a giant pubeless elephant in the room. One party, usually the male but not necessarily, will try to steer the word association back to pubes, but you, most likely a female, you are a female, even if you are male. You are yin and yang, anima and animus, no pus, just pubes. Oh, here we go again. I have to write a story again, don't I? Can you hear the reluctance, the defeatism in my written voice? I feel it is inevitable that someday soon I will have to write sensibly. And then someone will write a scathing review saying something like, after initial teething problems and swathes of nonsensical language, horseplay, the author Fieros Wilson eventually gets off his existential high horse long enough to mill around with us proles and actually bother to make sense. 4 stars. I didn't give it 5 stars because then I'd look ill-considered. Ha! No truth-telling for me. Protect my social identity. What would they think of me if I told the truth? Maybe you should fuck off. Good. Now let us continue. The pressure is to keep writing. If I stop, I will stagnate and nothing at all will happen. Do not rub things out. Do not reread things mid-sentence. Just keep writing. Don't worry about fucking capital letters and full stops. Just keep writing. Just do it. Have sex with a walrus and keep writing. And don't laugh. Just trust that one day, one fine delightful day, you'll break into clarity and it will be all good. But for now, just write and be exhausted by it. Good. So, now, on with the story. What have you learned so far that you know to be true? I am 30. Anything else? Jim the Neanderthal did not exist. I have had gay lord, you're a gay lord. I am the gay overlord. Ye shall bend thy squirrel butts over and spread those cheeks. Spread 'em like marmalade all over my cock. Nutella, Ella, A. Yeah, so basically I really don't know what to write. I had an idea earlier on, but I don't know how much I want to reveal about myself. Really reveal, I mean. And also, why should I? But I mean, you know that already. Let your guard down, Fieros. You're so guarded and spiky, you conquer. Command and conquer. I shall horse chestnut you. You shall be horse chestnutted. Sorry, that just slipped out. The evil within. Oh, the evil. Not more evil. Actually, could we crank up the evil a bit? I'm feeling a bit under-evil today. I'm an underachiever in my evil doing today. A failed rapist, a failed genocidalist, a failed bastard, a failed job quitter. I was going to quit and be a failure, but I failed to quit. But that is failure enough, so that's okay. Phew! As long as I fail at something a few times per week, I can be happy. See how it's all coming together? We could all come together like a bukkake. You know the price for being fake? The price for being fake is that everyone genuine leaves you and no one ever knows who you really are, what you're really like, how you really feel, and so on. I'm really sorry, dear reader, but some arsehole is speaking really loudly in an attention-seeking way inside the coffee shop where I'm sitting, and his plan has worked. He has got my attention, and a bonus for him is that he's annoyed me too. What a cunt! Can't he see that I'm so glorious and genius-like, sitting here? Gosh, God, golly gosh, and so on. Right when I was about to write something serious as well. Right when I was about to break into my true voice, probably. We'll never know now, thanks to Mr. Shouty. Fucking Mr. Shouty. Ugh. Gah! He stands for a lot of people, doesn't he? He is the person so oblivious or self-interested that he has no sense of awareness about his impact on other people around him. Annoying. I should, if I was being brave and idiotic, talk to him and try to find some redeeming feature about him. There must be something good about him, Mr. Shouty. Otherwise he would have been struck down by lightning by now, surely. I don't know. I say surely, but in truth, in all honesty, at the end of the beginning of the day, in the middle analysis, I'm not sure. Thank you. Blessings be upon you. See you in a minute. I'm trying my fucking hardest to descend somewhere deeper again at the moment, but I have all this nonsense on the surface of my mind to deal with, you see. Just write and try. So, writing. Each word has only a small number of energy credits that can be expended. Some words expend more energy credits. Some topics overall expend more energy credits. Some topics can poop you out virtually immediately. Very deflating, draining. So it's all a balance, you see. If I am to stay on the surface popping out only lightweight, pappy words, then I will never lower my defences enough to be weak enough to be vulnerable and share some core truths. But if I go straight in for a core truth immediately, bang, then I risk completely wiping myself out within a few minutes. Then the rest of the day will be fucked and I will be sub-functional for a while, maybe crying extensively, seemingly endlessly, and bedridden. Ooh, I was so close just then. You wouldn't know it, but I was so close to sharing something about Cuthbert. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Continuously running, aren't I? But are you following? In a way, I hope you'll give up your pursuit of me like some relentless hounding paparazzi hound, hounding me for truth, for gossip essentially, for you to blow out of proportion. In a way, I want the grand reveal to be a complete and total letdown, or just a non-thing, a non-important thing. So you go, oh, is that all you were worried about? I thought you'd killed someone from the way you were talking about it. Maybe I have. I have. I did kill my parents. Both of them are dead and buried now. I killed my mother in childbirth, and I made my dad choke on the word lozenge. He deserved it. Everyone should die by choking on their own bullshit, don't you think? Don't you think we should decapitate the world, huh? Don't you? Don't you think? Fucking think, you brains. Fuck's sake, oh my god, what did you buy this for? What am I paying you for? Fucking think, you morons. Fucking think. Fucking... I can't be bothered. You're not worth it anyway. For fuck's sake, you've really got my goat, you have. Can you put my goat back, please? For fuck's sake, Stanley, put the knife down and sellotape the goat. Sellotape it. Stick it back there, please. Please. Oh, God, I hate you. I hate you all. Now you must die. Whoosh. Death by whipped cream, whipping cream, cream of onion soup, slathered in onions, lesbians, naked lesbians, pubes. Aha, look at that for full circle. The completion of a cycle, a revolution, if not a revelation. The revelation of pubes. To whom did you last indulge in the revelation of your pubes? To whom did you last show your knob and say, there you are, not too shabby, is it? To whom did you last widely open your labia lips and say, there you go, have a sniff, perchance to lick? Vagina, vagina everywhere, and not a slit to clit. Well, good enough for government work, eh? As I say, can't get perfect verbal manipulation every time. Perfection is overrated anyway, as are orgasms in their own way. I don't see the point in them. They sort of lull you into a false sense of security by way of intense pleasure, making you believe this awesome feeling will last forever and keep you going till the day you die, which you will. You must, remember, you must. And then, of course, the knob finishes throbbing and begins to droop. You feel relaxed, empty, refreshed. But then not long after, your knob has shriveled in the stock cupboard half-light, you've run out of freckles to count and or tally against insults and annoyances, and you're back to square one. Psych Ward 1, 30th of October 2016. Task: fill this whole 400-page refill pad with Psych Ward material and do not destroy any of it until the 400 pages are filled. One side only. Go! Psych Ward 1. Well, that's square one, isn't it? Ha! You didn't see that coming, did you? You just saw me coming, though. See above. I am above you, spunking in your eye from my singular hovering governmental eye. Ooh, look at me tying all these ends together. Look at me finishing points, ending references, letting jokes fall away and dissipate. Look at me coming in a circle. Sorry, coming full circle. Not semicircle. Absolutely not, for the magic would all run out like custard. Keep the cum inside the magic circle, otherwise you're sexually deviant. I am a deviant in myself. Desires will not come true. Oh God, I'm coming. Hold the phone. Doo. Oh no, I've lost Jim, the mammoth. No, he was what was he? Oh no, I can't remember. I've lost him along with all my adventures and happiness. We have all fallen down a rabbit hole together. Cool, that's a bit tight. Pass the lube. I'm right here inside you. I'm right here for you. Trust in the page and ye shall not falter. God speaks to you through the blank page. Father, Father, where art thou? I do art. I'm a painter. Are you a painter? Depends if you are still 3 years old. Nor not. That's what happens when you're 3. You paint and draw and sing la 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 la, do 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 do. Oh no, she hung up on me again. And now we may well be testing the limits of my mighty pen's capacity to withstand, to hold, to contain nonsense. So many ideas, brain explosion imminent. Boom. Mushroom cloud. No more onions, no more testes, no more anything, no more slathering, no more onions. Mushroom cloud. No more onions. Mushroom cloud. I hated the following things when I was a kid: mushrooms, onions, leeks, dogs. Well, I was afraid of dogs. One chased me about on a beach when I was 3. It was only small, but it seemed the faster I ran, the more it wanted to eat me. It even ran over some sand castles too. I shall never forget that dog, the bastard. I was afraid of dogs until I was about 19, I imagine. I need a break. I feel like the writing is pushing me into a corner. The true voice may be trying to show itself. But I know and I can feel, remember that inner landscape I spoke about? It does exist, I'm telling you. I can feel that when I touch that true voice, the first thing I touch will be the deep pain of having not been in touch with it for so long. Get me a mirror! Get me an American cafe! But I feel codependent to the reader now. I feel codependent to the writing. The reader has control. The writing has control. The pen has control. I am being taken for a wild ride. Luckily, Mr. Shouty just walked back into Starbucks, Windsor, England, so I can be distracted for a while. Funny how things turn out, isn't it? Rest in annoyed distraction. He's so loud. It's so easy to deal with. So easy to laugh at and mock internally. The inner landscape. The inner voice. I'm afraid of you now. Please hold the line while we disconnect you. Doo. Hello, bastards. I feel depressed right now. What can you do? The anger at your inability, the self-righteous defiance that you can't quibble with my words, at least not right now as I write, has turned to helplessness and pleading. What can you do? What will you do? Can you do anything to help? No. You can neither do anything to hinder nor help me right now. And in a way, that's good, for if you could help me, you could hinder me also, which would be, I would be putty in your hand for you to do with me as you liked. Which is why it is important to share, check, share, as I learned from the audiobook version of Healing the Child Within by whoever that book is by. Trust. It's a trust issue. We have been injured so much at the hand and word of others that we need to be more careful about whose hands in which we rest our trust. Trust. Just trust me, I'm a doctor. Trust me, I'm a psychiatrist. Trust me, I'm your family member. Trust me, I'm your best friend you just met. Trust me, I'm a kind-hearted, glinty-eyed stranger on the street. Trust me, I'm a long-standing, not-sitting co-worker. Trust me, we've been friends for years. Entrust me with your soul, and I will handle it with care. I suppose my trust has been so misplaced and so misused by so many different people, ideas, and establishments that I'm running on empty, and I guard my word, my truth, my commitments, my plans, my desires with a 40,000-volt electrified fence. You may have the key after a long and drawn-out courting period. Menstruation. Courting with your trust. You may have my trust and have my word and have my open heart if you prove by incremental demonstration that you are soft and warm and accepting and that my truth doesn't ring your alarm bells. I don't want to be abandoned. I don't want to be denied. I don't want to be judged. I don't want to be labelled. I'm a human being, damn it. I don't want my emotions to be interfered with. I fear your interference. My guardedness has proved worthwhile to protect me from the strongest of assaults, although it has continually knocked and battered. Sometimes I don't even know what the value is or will be of letting someone in. Because, well, is it just because, or is there something more? Shall I ask myself why I feel that way? Can I be that honest with myself? Can I be that honest with the page? But the page is not the page. The page is a future reader. Well, the page is a reader now. The page reads, or at least records, every word I write as faithfully as my handwriting can muster. But of you, I am not so sure. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced of your page-worthiness, your trustworthiness. Are you? You! Yes, you with the book! Sorry for shouting, but sometimes you really aren't paying enough attention. Did you know that you still exist? Oh yes, I exist. Okay, good. Are you trustworthy with my soul? Are you worth me spilling my guts to? For what will you do with my guts once they are a spillage on the floor or all over your drunkard's clothes? What will you do? Will you ban me from your minds? Will you throw me straight on the reject pile? Not human. You are not human. This writer is an inhuman wreck, a wretch. The things he says, sure, some of them are poetic, but he says cunt, cunt, cunt mid-sentence, and he talks of rape and ethnic cleansing and murdering his parents as if it's all a joke. It's not a joke. He unsettles us. He is not safe. This book is not safe. It's scaring me because it's real and it's imminent, and I can't tell if his jokes are jokes or if they're true. I don't know. He's unsettling me. I said to my mum, I said, do you want to hear what I said to my mum or not? Yes or no? If no, please do not. Just do not, and go back to the blank page and do not read it again. Do not read it. Two people are kissing across the way. One has dark brown skin with flashes of yellow, blue and orange depending on the light. The other is white. What do you think of that? Shall I watch them like an art perv? Oh God, now I'm going to have to explain what an art perv is. You read newspapers on the train? You use your phone on the train? Newspaper perv. Surreptitiously, notoriously, slyly, succulently sneaking peeks at your paper's words, your phone's screen, your sketchbook's sketches, drawings, scrawlings, lyrics. Art pervs. Get the picture? Wink, wink. Terrible jokes, I know. So back to trust, the blank page. Ooh, look at that. Not much of a deviation, is it? Not much of a deviation, was it? We stayed with the point. Well, we came back to it quite quickly. That's good going, all things considered. Depression, failure, societal rejection, abuse of trust, sexual and emotional abuse notwithstanding. If only my heart could have been more withstanding of the pain. But now I'm writing dross again. You'll have to bear with me. Could you bear with me? Would you? Will you? I'm not so clear I want to have sex with you anymore, dear reader. Do you care? Will you pursue me anyway? Will you force your hands upon my body, up my hippie's dress to my holy salivating trouser crevice undefined? I could be a man, you know. I could be a man, much less a woman. Can I have a sex change? I'd like to go from womanly man to manly man who fucks women callously with bravado and post-coital boasting over pints of beer. I did that. Been there, bought the walrus. It wasn't fun. It wasn't as fun as everyone makes out. It wasn't as fun as the book on seduction made out. I haven't made out with anyone for quite a while since all that post-coital sex addiction, beer drinking bravado. And now I'm not sure what I really want anymore. I thought I wanted to be knee-deep in plentiful vagina. Then after a while, vaginas started to segue into looking like the mouth of the alien from Predator, just waiting to strike and reduce my inverse vagina, my penis, cock and or balls, and schlong. Is there a word for schlong that involves the words average in size instead of schlong? I wouldn't want to mislead you into a racial slurry. I am so scared to offend you. I am also reluctant to make this reading experience any easier for you than the writing of it is for me. Take a breath. Revisit your core. Look around you. Forget about the words. Remember your life and your piffling, pitiful, minor yet highly charged and supremely important worries, concerns and life goals and feelings that you do not have, and imagine what it would be like to be eaten by the alien from the film Predator will be blown up by a mushroom cloud from a bastard who exploded the whole world in one go, and seriously consider what it would be like to be dead, a blank page, and feel the freedom from everything that concerns you. Float about the universe devoid of any need for anything, with the ability to create anything you so wish. Be everything. Be nothing. Be a space. Wake up from the dream of the book and be anything you wish. Drift, drift, and hope nothing better comes along. Role reversal. Perhaps you could write my life story for me, or just write the word cunt all over the page, and I'll read it. That would be a nice break. I left the last page blank on purpose. It was nice, wasn't it? Drinking in blankness and realizing you could do anything with your life, anything that was available to your thought in that moment. And what did you do with it? You skipped over it, didn't you? Like the age 13, 14 or 15, because you thought it wasn't worth staring at a blank page and people might think you are crazy. Also, you'd be obeying someone in a book who may well be dead from suicidal bunny rabbit poisoning for all you know by the way he writes. You're not sure you can trust yourself to look at a blank page for 5, 10, 15 minutes, can you? Why do it? What will I achieve? What can be done by close of play today if I just sit there wherever I am and look at a blank page? There are no words on a blank page, not even a picture, not even a pattern. Or is there? My pen holds great power. The pen is mightier than the sword. But the page is far more mighty than the pen is. For what is a pen without a page? The pen is fucked. Fucked what? A vagina. I learned this in primary school. Sex. It was defined in the dictionary as when a man inserts his penis into a woman's vagina. I'm sure lots of people would have all kinds of important and rambunctiously valid and defensible and articulate and high-tension, highly strung guitar strings to say about that today. Penis. Vagina. Discuss the above two viewpoints. Can't do it, can you? Maybe you should have a chat with your genitalia and see what they have to say. Work out their particular viewpoint on life, their social and dietary requirements, and then let them go off and mingle in a gangly and forthright hang-up-free way with other genitalia and see how they fare. But most certainly do not point out to your group of peers that, look, that horse has got a boner, as you walk past a nearby field beyond a fence by the road. It will only get you belittled, as if you weren't little enough as it is, being a 14-year-old who's the runt of the pack. But then, you wouldn't know about that thing, would you, dear reader, because you weren't there, man. You weren't in my shoes, wearing my clothes, looking out at the world through my excitable, fearful, and beady teenage eyes, and you did not see that horse's boner and think, this'll make them laugh, did you? Or were you there inside me? Or was it even me at all? Was it you? And you just communicated that memory to me psychically just in time for me to remember it and write it down. You can see why I don't really trust you yet. You could have been sending all these thoughts to me telepathically and implanting memories and ideas in my mind all this time. How could I trust you when I have this tiny sliver of doubt? You should be ashamed of yourselves for reading this book. Go out and do something worthwhile with your lives. I tell you what, here's a project. Can you please, for fuck's sake, work out how to save the planet from man-made oblivion? And for an extra 3 marks, can you find out a way for all human beings to stop blowing each other up? That would be nice. Essays on my desk by 9 a.m. Monday morning. Class dismissed. Wilson, don't wear your bag over one shoulder. You know it's bad for your back. And for goodness sakes, tuck your shirt in. But here's a playful spank for getting a few A's, good comments and merits for achievement this week. Well done. Spank. I'm not sure it's appropriate for a female teacher to spank a student. I mean, it felt nice and all, but then what do I know? I'm only 15. Older people always know better. And remember, teachers are not human beings. They are teachers and have no weaknesses, no desires, no needs, etc. Blah, 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 blah. What will you do? Still nothing? I thought so. A call to action. I know. People need to know what to do, don't they? Because they are too stupid and lazy to figure it out or, heaven forbid, decide what to do for themselves and have their moral conduct be self-governing. But this is the mistake that leaders, rulers, businesses, religions, and all other twattish things make, isn't it? Perhaps they are too stupid and lazy to let the people stop being so stupid and lazy and decide for themselves about how to live and speak and eat and feel. You need me. That's what Uncle Sam and Uncle UK and Uncle anyone, Uncle Luke or Uncle Gwendoline or Uncle Wendy really say in their poster propaganda initiatives, isn't it? You need me. That's what our parents and friends say. That's what food says. You need me. You will die without me. Well, dear reader, I am glad to say you do not need me. You do not need me. You do not need me. You need yourself. You need your own mind, and even me telling you that is a paradox. You do not need me, and I do not need you. You may want and like me. I may want and like you, but we do not need each other. That's why it's so easy to be ourselves here on the page. In the page, just being ourselves, me writing, you reading. It's so easy going now, isn't it? It's so much more easy going now you've stopped demanding I talk sense and follow a linear narrative. It's so much more easy going now we both know I can stop writing and you can stop reading, and I can go for a smoke and you can go for a shit, and we can do whatever we want, say whatever we want, think whatever we want, feel whatever we want, feel whatever we feel, and be anything we want. Be anything we are, and it will be okay. It is okay. I accept you. Look at that horse's dick, though. It's really big. Bloody hell, so big. What about that porn, though, eh? Animal Farm, the porn version. I heard some woman gets fucked by a horse in it. That can't be good, can it? I hope you're laughing, by the way, you bastard readers. I can't tell. This is like talking to a horse. I'm going to take a break, go for a smoke. You can go for a shit if I want. Sorry, if you want. Not that I'm telling you what to do or anything. Go for a shit. Go for a shit. Poo, poo, do a poo. Anyway, smoke time. I can feel the smoke screen around me clearing too. I can feel myself starting to connect with you too. Soon I'll stop being so arsey with you for being so disconnected from yourself that I had to stun you into submission with madness just to get your mind to shut up long enough for us to have a heart-to-heart. You are hard work, aren't you? Now shut up with your reading. Go for a shit, and I'll be back in a minute. Oh, for goodness sakes, I'm going to have to abandon you against your wishes because my needs are more important to me than your needs are to me right now. Do you contest it? How dare you? Give me a break. Thank you. Pause. P.S. I'm going to reread today's writings before I start again. Ha! I win. You can't control me. You can't fieros me. I went for a shit. Did you need to know? Tough shit, Sherlock. And I couldn't be bothered to read through today's writing. Ooh, I'm so iconoclastic. And I'm sitting in the reading chair while writing. What can you do? Nothing. But I care a little less about your helplessness to help me and my helplessness to be helped by you. It's all right. It'll all come out in the wash. Death is a great leveler. Okay, fine, I'll read it through. Hello again. I reckon it's time to finish up just now. It's way past closing time after all. I feel empty, but in a very good, pungent way. It's nice, but it hurts a bit too. It's like I'm clear of something. I shared a few real things, even if I did it in a jokey way, but I shared them, so there. Now I'm getting a bit of separation anxiety, though. However, I'm sort of, I don't know, I feel like I'm going to miss you a bit for all the shit I've given you over the years. I'm going to miss you, just a bit. Not too much. But my mate Kevlar the Ragamuffin has just showed up, so I'll be alright. Not that you care much, do you? End. For the moment. I'm back, and on with the tale. I think I have genuinely exhausted my willingness to take the piss now. Maybe not forever on and on, but for the moment, maybe. Maybe. I may well be feeling less antagonistic towards you too, dear Bleeder. But we shall see about that. I am very easy to provoke. I'm like a lion in that sense. I do get hungry for blood and red meat. Fresh meat. Nice to meet you, dear Bleeder. Is the grim Reader Reaper smiling upon you this holy day, the day of sun? How do you feel now? Any better? How is your dark side coming? Are you coming to terms with the fact that occasionally you would like to punch someone in the face just for the sport of it? Or do you need some more grief to calm you down? Real grief, I mean, not the grief that our in-laws give us. If I had in-laws, that is. Would you marry me? Would you? If I said the right things and brought home the bacon? Would you marry me? If I dressed just right and had the right education and the right amount of if I seemed just right when you wrote it down and described me to your friends over a plate of tea and a cup of cucumber skirmishes? A whirling dervish? One day, one blessed holy day, I will give up on you and stop addressing you, dear squirrel, chirrel, chirpy, bleeder reader. And I'll just write like no one has eyes but me, and dance like the whole world is heterosexual, or no one is homophobic, or a predatory predator, gay or female. Gale or female. And one day, there really will be no more jokes and no more anger and no more trauma to digest, and I can look at the bread knife without a shiver or a sliver of a thought about something I never did anyway. We live in hope. What about the sunrise? Have you seen that lately? I have a lovely connection to the dawn. I don't count my freckles anyway. I don't even notice them anymore. I'm sure they're there. You're more likely to see them than I am, just like my flaws. But then that's because I don't concern myself with my freckles and flaws. Well, not very much anymore. And besides, it seems like you've got that covered. I am swallowing tea. How often do you notice that you don't just make or buy the tea or boil the kettle or transfer money from one account to the store's, your account? How often do you notice that you have a larynx too and a voice with which to sing and or state the truth? It could be you, that voice. It could be me, and it could all just be fine and okay and dandy too. One day. But it'll all come out in the wash anyway, so don't think too long upon it. Just drink up and it'll all settle down sooner or later, one way or some other's way. As long as we get away scot-free, we will be okay. I shall take my leave of you. Do you give me my leave freely, or do you contest? It won't last long. I will relax sooner or later, and I'll have nothing more to say, and then I'll just be here. So, on with the glory. Story? Shenanigans? What do you/I want to know? I'm degrading, slowing down. It's all getting quite peaceful inside the mind of Fieros. That's lucky. I'm not going to address any more. Had fun. We've our. So, I'll just say a few more things. Just one more thing. Wait. Which thing to choose? Which story to write without the bite? I went to a school. A new school. There were girls there. Yes, there were. And that will do for now. Rest. Each word has a spike to it at the moment. I can feel my cortisol rising each time I finish I don't know what that thing is called. Gym is of no use now either, and I'm just writing peacefully and I feel scared again. Post-traumatic stress disorder. That's what this is called. Little things can trigger a reaction, and the rage or explosion of a trauma can feel just a hairline fracture's breadth away. So soft and gentle one moment, but the softness and gentleness is so close to the pain. This is the vulnerable core. If you tap it too abruptly, it will cause an earthquake or at least a minor tremor. And still don't know what happened. I'm so sorry I can't just spit out. If you were involved in a 10 to 12 year train wreck, trapped inside with only food and water and occasional bystanders to keep you company, would you want to talk about it? It hurts. And my metaphorical, allegorical, emotional leg has been trapped beneath a piece of gashing metal for all this time. So when you lift it, oh emergency service A&E trip book, it's gonna pang a little bit and I may weep. As I say, each word only expends a certain amount of energy credits. Each fart only relieves the gas a tinge, and yes, I'm still eating baked beans. My stomach and bowel have got better at digesting them now, and I expect the smoke screen of cigarette rollies rolling and smoking has helped shield me from the cruelty plus brutality of the world somewhat. Bully for me. My nanny, Maggie, Shaggy, used to say that. Bully for you, which translated from the original Sanskrit troll means, well, good for you, which as we all full well know means, I don't really care, but if it's important to you, I'll let you enjoy that moment of self-satisfaction for its own merits. Now, thinking about it as I mull over that delicious little phrase, I don't mind it entirely. It seems simultaneously freeing, like the person isn't going to care so much about your action, and simultaneously callous, like the person isn't going to care so much about your action. It all depends on the tone, I suppose. That and how quick to devastate you are. She was my primary caregiver, really, in the sense of emotional and behavioural care. She loved us a lot, and she had the benefit of not having to deal with us continuously. Neither did my mum. Bully for her! Blessed are the caregivers, for they shall inherit the earth. Be good if they would inherit some money too, wouldn't it? I second that motion. You decide. Good. Home time, bedtime, pack up your bags with all your books, put your pencils in their cases, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Remember that if you are all good boys and girls, you'll get a star, a gold star. But remember, it doesn't matter how many stars you get, you are all stars to me. You are all shining stars in my heart. Good night, class. Be good to your mummies and daddies. Eruption. Be good. Mushroom cloud. Hello, darlings. It's me, Fieros here. I'm just going to let you know that I can't finish the book because I have died. I killed myself on purpose using prescription horse tranquilizers because basically the book got too heavy to carry around. Words look light and fluffy, but remember, many wars have been instigated because of them, so they must be pretty heavy, really. Very heavy. Very heavy. That is why I have killed myself. It was easier to lift 300 pills into my mouth in quick succession than carry on lifting my rucksack full of words over both shoulders every day. I couldn't be asked, so I killed myself. I'm only writing by accident because... And then I came back alive by accident too, so that was lucky. I also happened to continue to the end of the book by accident, but don't tell anyone. It'll be our little secret. You can keep a secretion, can't you? Where will you hide it? In your underwear? I can feel that explosion again. It is inside me. It is raw. It is explosive, hence the name. It may destroy the world, especially if it gets too close. What happens when you get too close exactly? Boom. That's what happens. Be careful. I wasn't careful enough, not to begin with. People went boom and I didn't go ouch loud enough. And by the time I'd learned to say ouch loud enough, by then it was too late. I was incarcerated in Heatherwood Hospital's psychiatric ward in May 2008. Now you know. It was called Ward 12. This is the psych ward the title has been waiting for. But I'm sorry if this has made you excited. We have to tread very carefully now. Each word in this territory has the same blast radius as a mine in an unowned field. We have to be very delicate in these words and steps. There is a beast, and it is asleep. We must be careful not to rupture into its sleep. Let's tiptoe slowly away from it for the moment, as we have come too close already. You really don't want to know what happens if you get too close to this one. This one is best seen just tiny bits at a time. I don't want to unsettle you or myself, for we do not want to wake the beast. I am telling you, we do not want to wake the beast. Even saying these words is prickling its eyebrows. We don't know what it might do. Back away slowly and quietly. I'm serious, guys. This is no time for jokes. Do not step on any twigs. Close your eyes briefly if you need to, but back away now. Come on, back away. We still have a lot of pages left. Don't worry, we can visit again soon. Come on, slowly, gently, quietly. That's it. We're far enough away now, but let's keep walking backwards. Don't talk at normal volume yet, but we can walk normally now. It hasn't seen us. We are okay. Take it easy, nice and relaxed. Okay, let's just get around this corner. I think we should all go to a clearing in these woods off to the side of the road and sit and have some moments in meditation and feel how far we are away from it now. Feel the sun and the cool breeze. Feel the free earth beneath our bare feet. Good. Now we can say a few gentle words about it. Then we must go home, because I know how scary this has been for us all. It has a power, doesn't it? It infects your sight. Once you've seen it, it cannot be unseen. It was just laying there, breathing, its heart ticking over. Don't believe it was peaceful, dears. Don't believe even for a second that its appearance is its reality. Trust me, I'm a psychiatric inpatient. I know things now. But let's not beat our chests about it. We don't know just how keen its hearing is. Let me tell you, it knows things about you that may not even be true, but it knows. It knows. Oh boy, does it know. Can we talk about something else for a bit? I'm feeling scared, and you are scaring me, I think. This is the dark side, and we only get through it by bringing in the light. But bring it in slowly. Polish one oil and tar and mud-encrusted diamond at a time. Do it all one wipe at a time. Be careful now. You do not want to wake the beast. I am telling you, you don't believe me? You are free to go. I'll be here if you return. Seriously, this is black. Dark. Can you feel it? I need to go somewhere else. We are in the heart of the forest now, and there is no forest, only black wood and no trees. What can we do? Wait for the dawn? But that doesn't take the fear away. I am scared. Will you hold my hand? Will you? Please? I'm so scared, and this terrain is so treacherous. Do you know how long we have to stay here for? It can't sleep forever. But remember, there are no chapters to hide behind. I can feel it. It is breaking through the trees, the walls. It is here, and it is in me, and it is black and ugly. You are one ugly motherfucker. Careful, it can't take jokes. It doesn't know your references. It doesn't know where you've been. It only sees in black and white. If you are black, it will eat you. If you are white, it will kill you and toss you aside like dross on a pile of mouldy leaves. If you are grey in any shade, it will decide you are either more black or white and act accordingly. The only way to win is to run away or ride its back so it can't see you or become invisible. They are all tricky options, but you are here now. Try to escape. It caught you. It is deciding whether you are more black or more white. Quick, turn invisible. It's looking at your trail to make up its mind where you are. Quick! Quick, jump on, quick, turn, jump. It can't see you. Maybe it will throw you off somewhere eventually. Just hang in there. It can't last forever. It won't last forever. Damn, I really should have figured out chapters because now I am trapped. I don't think we are ever going to get out of this section. We are trapped, dear reader. Did you bring the Guardian with you? Save yourself, man. Save yourself. There's still time for you. I'm a goner. Don't worry about me. Get out while you still have time. It's getting pretty hairy now. Pubes! Pubes, 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 pubes. Anal pubes, fish pubes, sausage pubes, green pubes, Jocelyn's pubes, labia pubes. A dead squirrel on the roadside that I drew a picture of. Bart Simpson holding a balloon that I drew for the nurses. The TV room with Stephanie. Big Stephanie talking nonsense to me. Then she had a spiritual revelation. And then it all fades. The world collapses again. The zombified nurse. The patient crawling to heaven and earth. The demons. She was crawling up the walls. She can barely keep her head up. For God's sake, someone say pubes! It's not working. There's no magic button, and the one there is, only the nurses and doctors can press. We are not allowed out, and there are corridors, and they all look the same, and, never deny the and, Ward 10! Ward 10! Gavin has woken up, and he's started shouting again. I need a drink of water. Please, God, get me a drink of water. I don't want to stay here anymore. And my grandfather on my dad's side will die 7 years later with Alzheimer's in a similar condition in a similar establishment. And it all hurts. This is not the vulnerable core. This is the outer crust of magma. There is a crying baby child in the center, trapped and dying to get out, and no one can help him. No one can help him. He thinks he's well, but he's not. He's not. He's psychotic, so now we don't listen to him anymore. He makes us feel uncomfortable. He is weird. Reader, stop this for me. I can't stop it. Reader, let me out. Stop it for me, reader. Stop the pain. Tell them to let me go, reader. Be kind to me. I need you now. I need you, reader. Please, please, I will die here. Reader? Reader? Where have you gone? Nurse? There was a reader here a minute ago, and now I am in a hospital bed. How did I get here, nurse? Nurse? Why aren't you telling me anything important, nurse? Why do you look away? Nurse? I need you too. My reader has gone. Nurse? I don't know why I'm here. I shouldn't be here. Oh, nurse, please, how do I get out? Why aren't you listening to me, nurse? Nurse? Male nurse? Gay nurse? You will listen to me, won't you? Will you help me? Nurse? Nurse? Sister! Sister! Gavin is shouting again, and it's only just gone medication time. I am afraid of this place, and I am trapped in this book, and I can't stop writing, but I need to. Reader! I'm stopping. I stopped. I went to the chapel, and I saw the stained glass windows and the sun streaming through them and lighting the empty pews, and no one was there, and I didn't have a priest or a God or a Bible, but I prayed. Dear God, please give me the strength to endure this. Please give me the strength to endure this and help me get out of here. Please, dear God. I have never prayed so earnestly in such a beautiful place. And I was set free. I guess I don't pray that much. I've never really prayed since. I figure I've asked enough favours from him. He's done all right, really. I'd rather take care of him now. He's done his bit. He really helped me out, whether he exists or not. I don't have to believe in him or have a faith, but in that moment he helped me out, so he did. It wasn't long before I was set free. My life was truly over. I need to get out of there. I am still trapped in there. I have woken the beast by accident. Please, God, give me a cigarette or something. Something. I want to tell the story now. Okay, but I have to go back to the beginning. Please give me some time to compose myself. There is no time to compose yourself. You are here, and we are not listening to you anymore. You have no sentence. We can extend your stay at will. Careful, you are feeding the beast. You are on Section 2 of the Mental Health Act 1983/2007. You are here for evaluation. please, God, let me stop writing. This is too hard. I don't want to be in this page anymore. Let me out now. No. You are trapped and there are no rules for you to follow. No rules. No rules for which you can shorten your stay by with how you buy. You are here now. The doors are locked. This is the TV room, the lounge. Very nice, isn't it? I can't go on. I'm telling you, please, God, Reaper even, help me out. I don't need to write this now. I can break out of here. I can escape. I can talk about anything. Look, see, trees. There are trees outside my room. See, look, trees and a little garden. Trees and plants, see? They are magical, aren't they? I can see them. Look, there are the trees and some ferns. Look, they are magical, aren't they? I can see them. Look, there they are. They are green, dark green. Look, there they are. And there are my little doodles on the pinboard on the wall. Look, they are nice, aren't they? Look, there are my doodles and the little fern outside my locked window. But they are magical, aren't they? Look, I could climb that wall over there. No, I fell. I can't climb it. How would I get the window open? Look, there's my mum come to sit on the chair in my room while I'm half asleep. Look, that's nice of her, isn't it? And look, there's the pool table. You've never played this much pool in your life before, have you? No. And there's tall Mark. He says you can escape. And there's Giuseppe banging again and shouting and moaning. Oh dear reader, I'm so sorry to put you through this. I am so sorry to share this with you. I am made of sterner stuff now, but I'm sorry I can't be there to hold your hand through this. I'm so sorry, dear reader. I tried to write to the Guardian, but the nurse said, "Is that really necessary?" I said it was. Oh my gosh, dear reader, you really don't know how lost I was, and all that time I've lost. You don't know it at all. You don't know it. It's not a life. That's not a life, that. Do you realise that? That is not a life. Did you realise that? Did you realise they could put you there if you say too many wrong things to the right people? Did you know that? Did you know that your own thoughts, even your words, your writings, you don't even have to do anything. You could just tell stories that aren't even true, and you could be there in a jiffy. Okay, it would take some time. But what do you want to do? I am still stuck there. I need to read through this last bit. I am sorry, reader, but I have the power now. I'm sorry if it breaks the flow, but fuck you. You never came. You never let me go when I asked it of you. Fuck you. Fuck you. I'm so glad I'm free. I can leave this house and this earth at any time I choose fit. Long, nay, forever may it continue, till death do us part. Amen. Be back in a minute. But then what do you know about minutes? Pubes to you, in a manner of speaking, anyway. Pubes indeed. Pubes indeed. Full stop. Exclamation mark. So here we are, both of us. I'm really sorry that I don't really have the ability to take care of you just now. Dear, dear, dear. Tut, tut. Dear, dear, dear. I wish I could write sensibly. I was sectioned. Do you know what that is like? Let's talk about something else, something unrelated. Something unrelated. Let's talk about something else. I know. We will have to return again. Oh, I know we will have to return again, and soon probably, but, I think you know, and you won't mind so much. You've come this far. I'm guessing you're realizing that your demands have got you nowhere. Let's talk about someone else. Let's talk about a new person. A person wearing a golden Primark knitted jumper and red socks bought with his own well-scrounged and well-spent money. Let's talk about someone who knows what he likes in a pen and a woman, even if they're both not always in stock. Let's talk about someone who has a nephew now. Someone who can play guitar even though he hasn't practiced very much lately. Let's talk about someone who likes his hair overall, even if it does sometimes give him tousily jip and social jip too, but is essentially golden in colour. Let's talk about someone who writes books with good quality pens and who draws beautiful pictures too. What about someone who gets given things by strangers, acquaintances, friends and family alike, just because he has the heart to care? What about someone who can write songs and play piano and makes his own bed with his own bed sheets that he washed all by himself under his own steam? What about someone who has made his room his own, even if no one really gets its meaning? What about a person who looks around at things and has the patience to see what's there? He doesn't seem so bad. He seems all right. If only I knew what his name was. Let's talk about what I did today. No, that would be too revealing. Ha! By now you know that being too revealing could be any tiny, tiny, tiny piece of personal information, right? Tread carefully, dear reader. Don't poke too close. You know what happens when we get too close. I wouldn't want you to get burned again. Oh, good God. I just want to say something normal for once, like, oh, for fuck's sake, I called my mate Jeff. We were going to meet up for a quiet drink for a catch-up tonight, but it fell through, so we're meeting up tomorrow. There we go. No psych. Don't say that name. Ward in that, was there? No psychiatric ward stay there, was there? No. Decidedly normal, wasn't it? Okay, that's it. I am so done with you. It is annoying me that you are listening now. Gah! Please, dear God, go and look at a blank page. Gah! It's so invasive for you to be so interested in me all the time. I just want to tell a story, but you will not cease in making me responsible for your mind space. I can feel it. Ah, you just want to know, I know. But you have to realize that your need to know and my need to share are not at the same level of intensity. Fuck's sake, let go, let it go. Your need to know is a product of your rapacious need for more, and it applies across the whole of your life. Sort it out. Become comfortable in yourself. I would really like it if you eased off the intensity of your mind. You cannot understand this in the normal way, not in the way you can add 2 and 3 to get 5, not in the way you can say, oh yes, a glass is a vessel made of silicone, blah blah blah, and can be used to hold liquids. No, this is not that understanding. Think of this as a book of instrumental music. Can you define and describe it without killing the beauty of it for you? Probably not. Give it a try if you like painful exercises in futility, or dissect a sheep while it's still alive. Better still, amputate your left arm using your right, just for fun. No. You've really got to let go of individual words and meanings and sort of feel the movement of them. Trying to read them and have it all make logical or even metaphorical sense is going to get you stuck. There is a place behind all this nonsense and occasional storytelling where you're quite comfortable to watch day turn into night and back to day again. You can let storm clouds come and go, and let the birds tweet, then settle down, then rise again in chorus. It's all okay. It's all okay. You will be okay. It's not the end of the world yet, and when it comes, it won't last long, and then you'll be back to where you came from. Black to life, life to black, black. That's how it goes. People get so stuck on the 3 middle parts. Get a life, ha! Get a grip, lol, LOL. Fuck you, Andrew Badgers, haha. It doesn't matter. I am free. Callooh Calais, oh frabjous stay. I still have over 100 pages to write, so there's still time. Still time for what? To make up your own mind about your own mind's answers to your own mind's questions, so I don't have to write anything anymore. I'm serious, man or woman. When this book is done, it is done. I'm not coming back inside these pages to tidy it all up for you and have it make sense. Oh, but here you said this, and then later you said that, and oh, why did you leave that bit in, and oh, that bit is too offensive, and oh, your grammar is not correct, and oh, you can't have a book like this, and oh, you used this word incorrectly, and oh, that fact was not a fact, it was an opinion you treated as fact, and oh, this part was artistically unsuccessful for this reason. Can you take it out? No. No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Why don't you start plucking out your pubes one by one, and then you'll quite quickly see that things grow in certain ways for a reason, and they're best not plucked, nor fannied, nor dicked about with. You'll grow up sooner or later, dear reader. You're just on a learning curve. Your learning curve is how to disallow writers' condescension and patronizing tones from affecting you. Fieros, Fieros, Fieros. You just don't understand, Fieros. It is you who are causing my pain. Your words are the source of my pain. You cause pain in me. I can feel an eruption coming soon, but it might not be mine this time. It might be yours. Yes, you! You with the book looking at these words. Your head is being split open and 1,000 flowers are pouring, unfolding, flying out. Do you feel like yourself yet? I am right here with you. This is going to be tough from now on because I am going to talk extremely forcefully soon, and you are going to perceive it as a direct attack on you, and you are going to suffer. I am going to pierce your veil of illusion and make a direct contact with your soul soon, and you are going to perceive me as invasive and bloodthirsty. You are going to fucking hear these words inside your fucking heart right now, or I'm going to leap through the page and I'm going to fucking murder you right now. So wake the fuck up and feel these words inside your fucking heart now, or I am going to fucking kill you. And if that didn't work, which it probably didn't, then don't worry, I will kill you by the time we get to the end of the book. Or maybe you'll have to read something else. If you feel intensely scared or laugh all of a sudden or drop the book, that's fine. Those are all acceptable responses. If you need to go talk to someone about how scary this book is and that it shouldn't be on the market, then please do. You're going to have to face your own imaginary fears about life sooner or later. Sorry I had to be so forceful, and you will not blame me, even though you will. So fucking arrest me for saying strong things in a book. Fucking come for it, you cunt. You won't if you're wise and relaxed, because you realise it's just words on a page. I am more powerful than words. I'm speaking for you, by the way, if you hadn't noticed that by now. I do that a lot. You are bigger than the words on the page and the thoughts in your head. Oh yeah. And nothing has to scare you anymore. Feel free to be scared, but nothing has to scare you anymore. Fear, contrary to popular belief, is not mandatory. Fear is not required for happiness, nor required for morality, and is not necessary as a prohibitory force regarding antisocial or dangerous behavior. You don't have to fear something to stop you doing it. Just because you no longer fear killing someone or jumping off a bridge doesn't mean you have to do those things. Your main motivation is because you don't really want nor need to do those things. Oh yeah, I'm not a bad person after all. I can be happy and fearless, free of fear, and still be a moral and decent, respectful and non-rapist person. Yes, yes you can. You do not need to fear hurting people in order to not hit them with clubs. Don't do it. Even Jim knows that. I'm actually done for the night now. I can feel my authentic voice slowly creeping out from the shallows now, so I won't have to do much more clubbing. Clubbing you over the head, I mean. Having a go at you. Oh, for fuck's sake. Maybe I spoke too soon. So, yeah. Not too bad, really, is it? This writing lark. All fine and dandy. It's so much nicer when you're all paying attention and I can be myself and I don't have to cut bits off, suppress myself, hide my emotions, deny my imminent lived experience. You know, all that stuff. I mean, I can feel you teetering on a knife edge, but it's likely I've done enough groundwork for us to stabilize out soon. It's like a therapy session, isn't it? Soon we'll get to the point where all the therapy is done for you and me, and we can all get drunk and play ping pong and spring happily off into a Bollywood sunset together. I did say expect the unexpected, did I not? And when you and I are finally on the same page at the same time, not that I'm bitter or anything, we can finally have a decent conversation and I'll stop having to speak for both of us and you can finally take a breather from your incessant mind chatter and just shut up and listen for once. Not that I have anything particularly important to say, but it's just nice to hear different noises from time to time, isn't it? Ta-da! There you go. I let you answer my question. How was that? Well, I could hear you calling again. What do you need now? Do. Fine. Wait till you get to the next bit. It's going to come quite quickly, but I'm going to leave the rest of the page blank after the first sentence. I acknowledge that phrases ending in ellipses aren't really full and complete sentences, grammatically speaking. Fuck you, grammar school! I didn't mean that. I take it back. Now, here's the next bit. It is rather neutral, I tell you that much. I tell you that much so you don't get too excited and invasive and start asking why. In a secret location downtown. In a secret location downtown. Margie is filming a homemade parody of Men in Black, starring Fieros, Jordan, Dave, and Rick. Dave is the guy who always dies, the expendable runt of the group who, due to being the youngest, can't stay dead very well. Dave is the dead minion who likes to see what the stars are up to from beyond the grave. He's the most excitable and alive-looking zombie we've ever seen. Rick is the sidekick or antagonist. Jordan is the sort of shape-shifting best supporting actor. Fieros, his elder brother, is the lead star, the co-writer, co-director, and all-round self-proclaimed filmmaking genius and child prodigy. Men in Black is only the first of Langley Home Studios' many hit live-action titles. Other notable flicks include Pokemon Cards Are Forever, Star Wars Episode 1, The Training, The Bank Robbery, starring Rick as the bank manager, Fieros as both the robber and the police detective who saves the day. He changes jacket and wears a baseball cap so no one will notice. Dave's Magic Show, in which Dave makes 2 AA batteries disappear down my trousers. Then we have the animation department, which boasts such stop-motion classics as Wallace and Gromit Walk Around and Fall Over a Bit, and Pokemon Begins, a remake of the very first episode of Pokemon, title music, battles and all. And The Nativity, Jesus Beckoning, a Christmas special, featuring the real gift the wise men bought for the Messiah's birthday, a Sony PlayStation. How could it be otherwise? Then, of course, we have the miscellaneously categorized yet nonetheless sublime side projects, the Grape Escape, and People Made of Plasticine Rolling Around and Morphing into Things, directed by none other than the screenplay mogul and director's director himself, Jordan. Finally, we have the true-to-life documentary department, of which Journey Through the Vineyard to the Fossil Mine is the standout piece. There is also a brief developmental foray Langley Home Studios made into the advertising market with Slim Fast Really Makes the Weight Come Off, featuring Edward and Stefan. They were drafted across from Woking Home Studios' roster on a temporary contract for both the above projects. There are some moments of artistic, how shall I say, experimental deviations from the big budget blockbusting success stories that the studios pumped out before their eventual disintegration and later bankruptcy. Nothing to do with the earlier bank robbery, I promise. But even though these titles are not examples of the studio's best work, they do deserve honourable mention, at least for their historical significance as being instrumental in orchestrating the downfall of a legendary industry figurehead studio. Here they are. Fieros and Christoph run about, hump lampposts, hide under cars, and dance on road signs. No comment. Edward, Fieros, Jordan, and Stefan's excellent adventure onto the golf course for a pee and to draw a willy in the sand. And last but by no means least, The English Jackass, featuring Fieros Wilson as Johnny Knoxville, No lasting injuries were sustained in the making of this program. And sorry, I forgot one. The skateboarding videos, all featuring fantastically sharp editing and superb soundtracks, even if the post-production team members say so themselves. So there you have it. Would you believe all this happened in a secret location downtown? Conspiracy theorists are dumbfounded by the intricacy of Langley Home Studios' meticulous cover-up to stop the word getting out to the general public. Quite how they kept the mind-blowing, government-toppling cinematic revolution under wraps is still a hot topic in many underground internet discussion groups. This is deep web, nay, dark web shit. In cyberspace, no one can hear you type. That doesn't work, does it? The above joke, it would be better if the joke word rhymed with scream. How about this? In cyberspace, no one can hear your screen. Well, good enough for government toppling work. I say, we've stayed out of the psych ward for quite a while now. It's all rather pleasant out here, isn't it? I'm aware that I have not yet done any of the usual novel type things, or even any autobiographical type things, like describing things, for example. Do you want to know about Giuseppe? How about Gavin? What about Zen Tall Mark? What about Denise and her eccentricities? The zombified nurse? Amy the betrayer? Dr. Untergarmen, the evil one? How about the ECT suite? Makes it sound so inviting when you label it a suite, doesn't it? ECT stands for electroconvulsive therapy. Those first two words do not seem like they should be put together, do they? Electro is bad enough on its own. Convulsive. Nice. Therapy. That sounds nice. Relaxing, refreshing. Therapy. Therapeutic therapy. Rejuvenating, healing, soothing, restorative. Therapy. Sounds lovely. Relief. Venting, relaxation, letting off steam. Relaxing, yeah. Electroconvulsion? What the fuck? What the actual fuck? Put 2 or more electrodes on your temples under general anesthetic, mind. That's not so bad. Although one known side effect of general anesthetics is death. So put on the electrodes and send an electric current through the brain to cause seizures. Wait. Seizures? Yep, seizures. It has been known to be effective in reducing the symptoms of severe clinical depression and deep schizoid conditions such as psychosis, schizophrenia, and psychotic bipolar affective disorder. Wait. Seizures. Yes, seizures. Oh, and by the way, they don't actually know how or why it works. Sorry, works sometimes and has no effect otherwise. Bring back the lobotomy, I say. At least we know how and why that works. At least then the zombies of society's street days technology haze craze would be justified in their vacant, glazy, brain-hunting expressions. By the way, as an on-the-spot present life aside, everyone knows that the best way to use a public lavatory as a male is to piss all over the seat first, then lift it up to conceal the evidence, not the other way around. And if you have to wash your dick, at least use the water fountain, not the sink. Just saying. Luckily, thank fuck, I never had ECT, electrocution, convulsion, seizure causing therapy. Can you turn the voltage up, please? I need more therapy, drools Homer Simpson style. Yeah, very lucky. Others, I'm sure, did not have such good fortune. I hardly call being incarcerated for 72 days with no discernible or defined crime, nor sentence length, good fortune. Fuck! Mental health facilities in their current form in the UK should be completely abolished and regenerated, if they have to be regenerated at all. If they do have to be regenerated, they should be founded on the following principles and or values. 1. Compassion for the suffering of the individual. This principle is paramount and should be a factor in all structural, design, systemic, administrative, and treatment decisions, as well as decisions relating to employee selection, training, disciplinary action, and dismissal. If they get number one right, that would be the biggest fucking single change in the whole system of mental health care. I have no doubt this change would decrease inpatient length of stay and incidence of future relapse. There would also be long-term economic benefits and an increase in the well-being of not only the patients themselves, but their immediate and extended families, friends, co-workers, businesses, etc. 2. Respect. This is still important in its own right, but it could be subsumed under the banner of compassion. Respect for the individual's needs and wishes, involving the patient in decisions regarding their care. Respectful treatment of visitors, treating all inpatients as human beings having a valid, albeit painful, human experience. Respect the human being, damn it. That will do. Let the overhaul begin. You know, I've never heard of a first-hand documentation or memoir of madness written from a place of sanity and detailing the stories of not only the author, but the suffering of his or her fellow inmates and the behaviour of the staff and the intricacies of the system itself, the law, the conditions, and, well, just all of it. That is why I'm here. Let's hear it. But not yet. This is a mammoth task. This is why this is Psych Ward 1, not Psych Ward Menstruation, Female Ovulation Cycle. There is much to say about this topic. Please bear in mind that the psych ward does not begin nor end with the psych ward itself. We have the early nutter intervention team, and then the aftercare period involving the CMHT, Community Mental Health Team. We also have the A&E departments at general hospitals to think about as well, so a lot to get through. If I can detail and recount every experience and interaction I had with any member of staff and systemic component I encountered as faithfully as my fallible human memory is capable, then I think we will have done the topic justice. And even though this will be a subjective account of a personal experience, due to the universality of the topic of human suffering, I believe it will still have enough power to create some positive change in the lives with whom these systems and staff interact. Good. That's enough for now. I'm likely to give myself a headache if I carry on just now. Guess what I'm going to do? I did it, just so you know. I still have a lot of pages to write. This is getting hard going now. I really want to do some character profiles and recounting of anecdotes from Ward 10. Oh yeah, there was a Ward 10 too. I skipped over Ward 11. It looked kinda marshy. You know what I mean. Wink. And I really have to get this first part shortened to F-art, or just fart for simplicity. I really have to get this fart done by Wednesday, 5 p.m, because I'm going to hand it in to Anita at my agent's office for typing. Oh yes, this book was written longhand. Well, average size hand, wink. We're all spunking on the same page now, which reminds me, I must talk about the magic circle at some point. Not semicircle, remember? Otherwise the magic will all run out the bottom and I won't be able to fuck Mia from behind while cupping her boobs after all. But I'll cover it later, as we full well know. Bully for us, good for us. I actually know what bully for you means. I use it. It means good for you. It can be used sarcastically or positively in a hands-free, hands-off way, an encouraging way. But I usually use it, or it just pops out as a way of neither encouraging, validating, discouraging, nor invalidating someone's story. It's neutral, especially if someone is obviously trying to get me to collude in some ego fantasy or bravado they have about themselves. I killed 15 rapists last week. Good for you. I can eat a 20-kilo steak all in one go. Good for you. I fucked 25 women and one man so far. Good for you. I was once a mentor for Eric Clapton, you know. Good for you. I love my wife and kids more than anyone else in the world. Good for you. You see, it's a way of saying I hear you, but this is not who you are, not who they really are. You see, they're trying to get other people to inflate their sense of false social identity. I'm a good boy, aren't I? Or I am totally superior to others because of this. So, good for you shows that this is an individual experience which, although the ego of the person would like to believe has value for other people somehow, does not actually have any value for anyone else other than them. I wrote a book and got it published first time. Good for you. No one actually cares how great you think you are. Really, we all just want to know how great we are. So saying good for you, bollocks to it. I made a point, good for me, way hey. I used to run motivational workshops for people of all ages and from all walks of life. It didn't last long as a venture. Good for me. Why not? Because I was unmotivated to continue them. Makes sense in so many ways, that sentence. So many ways. Oh, it's so true. Yeah, what can I get done by close of play on Wednesday? Spiritual enlightenment? Worth a try. Right, that's that done then. Moving on. On. Refreshing, isn't it? To sip from the eternal, primordial, instigating sound of the universe. What else can I do? Cry. Oh, yes, crying. That thing. Not too sure about crying. My mother doesn't allow it. Well, not unless it's absolutely necessary. It's only allowed on special occasions like the fine dining cutlery. We need to have a jolly good reason for crying. Unfortunately, reason is not the right thing to use, not the right utensil for crying. Emotion is better. We need a jolly fine emotion to justify crying. And then that'll work much better. Any emotion will do. Rage, anger, bliss, joy, love, sadness, God forbid, grief, orgasm. Yeah, orgasm, why not? Good for me, I say. I say, chaps, orgasm. Go forth and have plentiful, abundant... Sorry, got distracted again. I feel a bit stuffy today. That's the inner landscape playing up again. It could be my response to a stuffy environment or the chemicals in my rollies or just, I don't know, could be anything. But at least I know it's there. One way we can dissipate the discomfort of feelings, purge their suffering aspect, grieve them out, is to state and acknowledge them over and over, even if we don't know where they came from. Here we go. I feel stuffy. I feel stuffy. I feel relief. I feel empty. I feel stuffy again. I feel a bit sad. I feel my heart burn a bit. I feel stuffy. I feel blocked. I feel a stuffy block in my solar plexus chakra. I feel a bit of pain in my heart chakra. I feel relief. I feel my penis chakra twinge a bit. The chakra system. Google it, please. Sorry, I've been called arrogant today. What would he know? Bah! Arrogant? I don't know how to portray arrogance, really. Maybe I am arrogant and that's why it's not available for me to play around with. Well, I know it comes from this subconscious core belief. I am better than you. Oh yes, I do know this one, but I admit it is a bit of a blind spot. It's part of my shadow, the part of me I don't see, the dark part that I act on without knowing nor seeing it clearly. Right, let's workshop this belief for a minute. 1 second, a quick heads up. My arrogance tends to center around my talents, sensitivities, and intelligence. Essentially, I am a social elitist. Here we go. Some beliefs unraveled. I am better than you. I am the best. I am better than you in many ways. I have more talent than you. I am better than you. I am obviously better than you in every way. I am more loving than you. I am better than you. My music is the best in the world. I am better than you. I am more proficient than you. I have no flaws. I am a better parent than you already, and I don't even have kids. I am better than you artistically. I have a bigger ego than you. I love people more than you. I care about others more than you. I am more light-hearted than you. I am unequivocally better than you. I am more sensitive and kind than you. I am more creative than you. I am more intelligent than you. I am the epitome of intelligence. Good for you, mate. No one cares. I have mostly let go of the need to prove the above beliefs to myself. That sounds arrogant, but I really have. Let me prove it to you. However, they still cause an internal interference within myself, a conflict. My ego wishes these beliefs were true and wants me to act them out in order to make other people buy into them so it can feel confirmed in their validity. However, my true self is disinterested in one-upmanship and conquering others or manipulating their perceptions of me in any way. Hence the conflict. My true self accepts all others as equal and with equanimity of emotion. My ego says, no, I am more than in some way, in any way it can. I, in my true nature, have to pull back and see these beliefs, let them be there, let them have their say, let them dissipate their energy, especially their action impulse, the impulse to play them out in some way, and eventually let them subside into the tranquility of luminescent transparency. Easier written than done in some cases. There is a case, although a weak one, for having an ego. How can you relate effectively with others unless you have one and therefore understand where they're coming from? If you become too tranquil, your empathy becomes weakened in its active, dynamic aspect, and it may well become peaceful yet boring. Dull, the dullness of enlightenment. Then again, it's a weak defense because the ego is not strictly necessary in order to relate to others with an ego. Knowledge, understanding, and respect for people's fears and pains and socially induced cravings for recognition, inflation, and confirmation is actually enough. On the flip side of this, transparency can, in some situations, be dangerous to the physical body. Transparency, complete and total transparency, tends to act like a reflective surface. A transparent being reflects the darkness in another very clearly. Unfortunately for the transparent being, the clouded being sees its own reflection in the mirror, then curses, blames, and sometimes seeks to destroy the mirror. This is best avoided in my experience.